Nice.
But it is a very so. Remember how we talked about how it's hard to find a series where you just kind of just binge and you don't realize you're binging. Pun Pun is a series like that.
All right, so we're starting
Where
off
you
the
just
stream.
binge
We're starting
when you
off the
don't even
stream
realize
with a
you're
pun
binging.
pun hype. Apparently, Jay is spreading the pun pun agenda, as we can see. What's up, chat? How we doing?
Go.
Pun pun is apparently the GOAT. I haven't seen it. I haven't read it. I only read a little bit. I got depressed, and that's kind of how it goes. You know, so
I got no idea what it is, Jay.
It's basically just a depressed bird and the story about his life.
isn't it a depressed? Isn't it a depressed boy who like views himself as a bird? Right? Isn't that how it is?
It's something like that. It's weird, but it's you'll know if you read it. It's you get into the vibe of Pun Pun quick once you start reading.
I've heard it's a lot of.
I can definitely see Drizzt loving it.
Yes.
So that's my shit.
All right.
Well, I can't curse, Disney.
You can curse. I don't give a fuck.
Allegedly.
I don't care.
Ooh, I'm in trouble.
Nah, you're good. You're good. So yeah, guys, what's going on? Shout out to the chat. We're obviously here to talk about mostly One Piece. Well, we're gonna get off the rails at some point. You know what I'm saying? Don't expect this to be super high focus. We're just kind of chilling, hanging out, and talking about Wano and stuff, and what's going on there. Phone, shut up. Yeah, man, we got some great people today. Of course, we got, as you can hear, JD Legend.
What's up?
We got, of course, we've got the Dark Lord himself, Sir Drizzt.
I know the chat loves me. Hello, chat.
They have some mixed feelings, and of course, a representative from the Red Force podcast. Excuse me, Eric.
Yeah, what's up?
Young Rick.
Hey, Drizzt, you're not alone. I'm starting to get hate on streams as well. So.
Oh, I wonder why, man.
Is it the Eustace Kid slander, or is it? Is there another reason?
It is not that.
Oh, okay.
It's just
that's
like
funny, though. The metal claw.
No.
So what is it then?
I posted it again because it's still relevant.
It is relevant. Yeah, it's actually funny though.
So is it?
It's me just instigating and memeing.
The most common complaint I hear about you and Christian, Eric, is that you guys just sound like arrogant.
Arrogant.
So they're bigots. I get it.
I just think that these guys are just blunt. People don't understand. You guys are like blunt to a fault.
Listen, I'm not gonna entertain wrong ideas. Okay.
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 Understood. Man.
Well, might be a little arrogant.
King of Lightning's like,
You have like an ex-girlfriend type of relationship with King of Lightning, man. Anytime he talks, you always talk.
I love Cole.
You talk like you love him. You talk like you love him, but you low key secretly hate him, but you still love him.
It's a love-hate relationship, man. As a Zoro fan, I also have
King's
such a
one of those
relationship.
guys that refuses to admit. Yeah.
Yes.
He just refuses to acknowledge
When he's
things
wrong.
that he doesn't see. He's like doubting Thomas in that way. He's like, I have to see it. We can't assume anything.
When King is convinced of something, there is nothing in the world that you can do to convince that man otherwise. That's just the way it is, and I've come to accept that about him.
Zoro.
Am I wrong?
I mean,
Am I wrong?
Not wrong.
You're not wrong, and I
Look.
think the funniest part is I come from the school of King of Lightning, so I have no choice but to support his behavior. That's it. So I don't know what else to tell you.
Look, King.
You're like half in rehab though.
I am half in rehab. I'm now my own man, but I still have the influence there. It's still gonna be there.
Yo, thank you for the sub.
Did you see he
Oh,
did you see he commented on that Twitter post the other day that I tagged him in?
No, I didn't.
What did he say?
With on Zoro's thing.
What did he say?
I basically said like it's King's fault that Haki's all jumbled up, and he's like, no, what do you mean? And then he proved me right in the same thread. It's like,
I think
alright.
you're right.
All right, this could be a good place to start. And like, keep in mind, guys,
like,
we're not just hold on, guys, really quickly. We're not just talking shit to King without giving him a chance to defend himself. He's invited to this call. He just is late, as usual, the king of lateness. So he can have a chance to defend himself.
I didn't even say anything, by the way.
At some
Can't
point.
blame me on this. This is all Eric.
That's, I mean,
Yeah, it's the Australian way to do drive-bys and take shots. All right, that's how we show love.
So give us the context. What's the situation about? What happened?
Give us the context.
It was a Zoro tweet about like Zoro's had Ryou since Mr. One, and I'm like, yeah, we know.
Correct.
And then he's like, but people are confused, and I'm like, yeah, it's King's fault for spreading misinformation.
So just to get,
and then he replied, "What do you mean?"
So just to get the context here really quickly. My original post was I showed panels from this arc and when Zoro was fighting against Mr. One, and the Zoro Mr. One fight specifically, his master Koshiro said, the great swordsman can both not cut something and cut it at the same time depending on their will. Very specific kind of phrasing that he used. And then when we saw that Hyogoro was teaching Luffy, he literally said the same exact thing in response to when teaching Luffy about Ryou and how to teach him and train him to do Ryou. The same kind of language. It was literally word for word. So I'm like, anyone, because people in my last stream, in my last live reaction, I said he had Ryou, Zoro had Ryou, and people were like, what are you talking about, Zoro? So I felt the need. What are you doing? So yeah. I had to feel the need to go out there and set the record straight on Twitter that it is factual that he has Ryou, and I put that out there. And then
so where's the confusion coming?
So go ahead, Eric. Go take it away.
And then he's like, Zoro has never shown to use Ryou on his hands, and Luffy still doesn't have future sight. I'm like, yeah.
wait.
Why
did he really say Luffy does not have future sight?
Why does the hands matter?
I don't know, because he has some weird terminology he always uses. Yeah, because like.
Oh wait. So is he saying that like the stuff that Luffy's supposedly using is like destroying something from the inside, but like the breath of all things, which is now like the retconned quote unquote Ryou, as people have been saying it.
Yeah.
Like he's saying there's a difference between them.
Which I don't.
He's got his whole system with stage 3 and stage 4, and
which doesn't make sense.
Stuff.
Which doesn't make sense because how could you destroy someone like Mr. One without internally attacking him when his outsides are blades? Zoro would need to have used Ryou to attack like inside of his ability to do damage. Right?
So here's why
I can actually, from King's perspective, I can understand why there's a bit of a vagueness between that. But go ahead, Jay. Sorry.
So here's why I disagree with you, Zoro.
Okay.
So what we need to understand, and this is something that I had a discussion with.
5,000 meters of water pressure, though.
So when you
I was always confused
with Ryou,
when you used to say Cole
it's all
said
about
that.
the desire to cut.
I always thought you
hold on 1 second, Jay. I apologize.
Cole said
I have
he
a
could
notification
never
playing
figure out
right now.
what
Give me 1
YouTuber
second.
you were talking about.
There was someone that resubbed and then is doing a long message, so
he's dodging.
That's cutting you off. No, just repeat what you're saying because I guarantee people weren't hearing what you were saying. Sorry, thank you, Don Solo, for the resub, by the way. But go ahead, and thank you, Magnus.
So with Ryou and Haki are the same thing, but the way they are used is different. Is different than the way it's used in the regular One Piece world. Now with Ryou, from what I understand, right, Ryou and Haki are all based on the user, their will, their desire. With Ryou, it's more about the flow and how it flows from their hand into their Haki and unnecessary things that they don't want to use their Ryou on. For like a swordsman, they won't use their Ryou on all their body. They'll channel all their Ryou from their body onto their sword. So in this case, Zoro displayed a use of Ryou with Mr. One, where his desire willed him to be able to cut something like steel, but then he also desired not to cut something like the the palm tree that he slashed his sword on and it didn't cut. So in that moment in that moment in time, his desire matched the potency of his Ryou / Haki, where he was able to cut Mr. One. But Hyogoro specifically mentioned that the Haki that Luffy is using is beyond his knowledge and something that he hasn't seen before. So when the Haki that Luffy is using, or the Ryou that Luffy is using, is a completely different level than the Ryou that Zoro was using, because again, Hyogoro paid homage to the breath of all things when he mentioned the desire being a component with the Ryou.
So then why did Hyogoro need to help teach Luffy something if he never seen it before?
Because the key to the Ryou that Luffy is using is you have to understand how to use Haki in a different way than Luffy was trained. So in order for him to penetrate the inside of the innards of the object that he's channeling his Haki to, he has to understand the flow of Ryou. Luffy didn't understand how to make his Ryou or his Haki flow like a cherry blossom in the way the Wano people use haki. So once he masters that flow, he can channel it in a different way than he's used it before, which is why you have the force field and the Sentomaru stuff, and Rayleigh using the Ryou to like push the elephant back and things of that nature. Okay. It's a different level of Ryou that Hyogoro is just not used before.
All right, Eric, I'll let you.
I would say that.
Oh, go ahead.
Oh, go ahead, Eric. Go ahead.
What I'll say about like people using the word the desire to kite and desire to do whatever, we got to remember it's still a learned technique. You can't just will yourself to do it.
Of course.
And like the whole thing with Keegan is we haven't seen Zoro use it the way Rayleigh used it, the way Sentomaru used it, the way etc use it. So therefore Zoro doesn't have that type that what Luffy has. So he keeps on splitting it off into different camps. Mm-hmm. You see him do this a lot with like observation haki, where he's got like 6 different types of like observation haki and stuff like that.
Right.
So it starts to get more like granular and confusing, which is my problem with like the way he does it. Because the way he does it, kind of like you can see where the thought is and where it all kind of fits together, but like it's so granular and like specific that people start to get confused, and then they go, why can like Kinemon cut Kaido?
Right.
Okay.
In that way.
Here's the thing. That is not King's fault. We all agree that there is a good reason why people are confused on these things being different and separate things, because there's actual reason to believe them being different and separate, is there not? Like from a logical perspective.
I would say the reason why it's so confusing.
Is there a reason
all things is not the exact same thing that Luffy was taught?
It's confusing because Oda hasn't had really much interest in explaining it properly.
Precisely.
Right.
But sorry, Drizzt, would you say it's like pretty confirmed that Luffy has future sight? And is there a debate going on that he doesn't have it?
I think that's separate.
Just the community
that's a separate.
Luffy doesn't have
he definitely has it.
Sight, then the story's lying to you.
Yeah.
That's what I would say. I disagree with King on the future sight stuff, but like where I disagree with King is the fact that like Luffy has it. Now he like categorizes it into subjects, which I don't think is
necessary.
That's not necessary at all. No.
Two for me it's just like, okay, this is what I've been saying since Whole Cake Island. If the future sight master during Whole Cake Island says he's using future sight me.
What song is that? Hold on. Whoa. What song is that?
Yeah, what was
that? That was fire.
No,
what was that?
I hit a tab on Twitter.
What was that?
I hit a DiGiorno tab on Twitter. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
That song was fire,
should we
though.
Explain that.
Oh my God.
He's been drinking a little bit.
Please no.
Oh, Jay.
Completely sober. I'm just
bro. He's having fun at the expense of my my Argentinian dad and family that are all suffering.
Barcelona being frauds. That's the one.
Can't lie. I mean, they got what 8-2. Oof. But really quickly, I just want to give a quick shout. Thank you to Good Fighting for the super chat. You notice everyone that Kaido's hit with a club we've seen has got one-shotted. Yeah, I mean, everyone. I mean, but
okay.
Interesting. All right.
But yeah, go ahead, Drizzt.
Oh, what I was talking about Katakuri, right? Future sight. Okay, so what I was saying is that the only thing that I've like had disagreements on is that like the only future sight expert in the entire series so far, Katakuri, during his fight with Luffy, said he's using future sight like me. So if he's wrong, then he's an idiot. So Luffy has to have it.
Yeah.
His math
right.
and like, not on the same level.
They're obviously like there's different levels to it. Like he's like stage 1 beginner. Future sight. And Katakuri's an expert that can do it at will, but he definitely has it. It's like saying Usopp doesn't have observation haki when we know he does. Yeah, he can't utilize it at will, but he has observation haki and he's used it. So same with Zoro.
Yeah, my issues with Luffy's like future sight isn't the fact that it's like, oh, it's not the same category or like it's a different category.
Right, it's just not as good. It's just not
like the least of the issues.
That's ridiculous.
Yeah.
But the question going back to the arm and hockey thing, like everyone would agree here, he has future sight. I think that's not even a debate. But the question is, then we were talking. Jay made up a good point of kind of putting into different categories what kind of hockey was utilized here. We didn't talk about the Kinemon stuff. Like, how is Kinemon, or more specifically, how is Kiku able to stab Kaido. Like Kinemon stabbing through the scar, you can say that's his sensitive area, whatever. He got stabbed there. That's one thing. But Kiku stabbed right through his hand. So,
Well, I mean, I have explanations for that.
let's hear him.
Well, Kiku has Ryou. That's the only explanation.
I know, but
don't think
what
that
kind
has
of
anything to do
Ryou?
with it. I don't think the Ryou matters at all to both of you. I don't think it's relevant to this conversation at all.
Even though Kaido commented, like,
It's,
they have
well,
the same Ryou
Even
as...
if they did not have Ryou, no, Kaido questioned. He did not state as a fact.
You think it's the trauma thing again, do you?
I think it's the trauma thing. I think Kaido,
I see.
they could have Ryou. They probably do. But I don't think that's the main reason he got hurt. I think Kaido was confused as to why he got hurt. And Eric knows exactly what I mean. I don't think it's like the fact that they were
it's the
good
big
enough to-
mom.
Yeah, it's the big mom stuff where he has
I see what you're
PTSD, his
saying.
defense is weakened.
I see what you're
Because
saying.
like the context of the panel suggests that that's the main reason, at least in my opinion.
But I question that again because the whole thing is that Kaido has tough scales. It's not like a. It's straight. Like
Right.
I agree with you last week that if that's the case, it's like poorly explained and executed. That's the
poorly
case.
written, poorly explained. If that's the case,
Right. Because
I don't think it's as simple as like
with Big Mom, it's
they have
specifically
Ryou,
it was
so they could, like,
specifically to
easily bypass
right.
stuff.
But with Big Mom, it was specifically stated like she has some like what seems like a metal like not like an armor almost above her skin that protects her at all times. It's not like her own skin
Yeah,
that's
and the
that
whole
tough.
arc was like
Yeah, they said that it's like an
the whole
armor.
plan was to get rid of that. Yeah.
Exactly. Kaido doesn't have
Well,
like
I'm
a
not saying that,
visible.
with strong
like a-
enough
right?
with strong enough Ryou, it could hurt Big Mom too. That's just like a defense.
I
Yeah,
gotcha.
fully expect
I just don't
Luffy
think
to
that
do
Big
Yeah,
Mom's
it would still hurt
durability and
Big Mom, in
Kaido's
my
are the
opinion.
same. It comes from a different place.
Well, their durability can be different, but for me, like as of right now, regardless of how well it's written, it comes from like the same place.
I mean, trauma probably had something to do with it, but I would imagine that they had some sort
I
of
don't think it's a coincidence that the only time Big Mom got hurt in Whole Cake Island and the only time that Cow's gotten hurt kind of like mirror each other.
because of trauma.
Sure.
Like they're because they
Yeah,
wavered in
like,
that
the
moment.
Scabbards probably have Ryou, but it's not gonna be because like, oh, the Ryou's so good that Kaido didn't expect them to be that good. I don't think that's the case at all. I think the next chapter, you're gonna see them get absolutely demolished because Kaido's back on his game.
Well, you got Neko Nina going so long. I don't
He-
think
he
it's gonna be
ran
next
all
chapter, but
But they can go.
they will
They can
do
go
stuff.
that. It'll look cool, and they'll like have these big panels, but it's probably not gonna do anything to Kaido. At least to the same function that they had just done.
Yeah.
All right.
So yeah. Anyway, back it all came up because yeah, it's like people still like refuse. It's a bit of both because Oda could easily just pull a Tagashi and just do one chapter of full text just to explain Haki. But
No.
even imagine if he did that, people would go, "No, Oda's wrong." Like that's the most annoying part about the community. Like
True.
Oda will say something in text and then people go, "No, he's wrong."
Yeah.
Just like no, Katakuri is wrong about Luffy. It's like why would Oda confuse his own audience
Well,
intentionally?
I don't know if it's
Like,
about
what-
like him intentionally confusing that. I think it goes back to the fact that there are probably instances in the story where you could say, "Well, this is not the case," and that could just happen just because Oda had not thought of the rules back then to apply to whatever.
Yeah, or some things are a little bit inconsistent.
Yeah,
That's
which
always gonna
happens in
happen. But
stories.
like,
Which does happen, yes.
I mean,
But maybe not
Yeah.
to
But,
like,
like,
the
when they-
same degree all the time. But like, there's inconsistency in virtually every story when it comes to like X, Y, or Z. Haki's been inconsistent because it was not. I don't think it was particularly planned.
I mean,
So I mean,
That's- I
there's
mean,
a lot of
true.
like, iffy things about it.
that's fair. That's fair. So does this like? I didn't like see all you guys' reactions. I'm gonna be honest. I don't have time this week, but since you're here, do you think that it's going to this particular chapter kind of bump Kaido down in terms of like, okay, now I see him being beaten. Now there's more believable for him to finally go down. Now it makes sense Luffy could possibly beat him at this point.
Go ahead, Eric.
I've been on that train for a while, to be honest. Like ever since like I don't know, Luffy started to learn the secrets of Haki. It started to become clear that it's not going to be impossible anymore.
Right. I mean, he's obviously
Yeah,
going to win this
but-
arc. We know this, but to me, at least me, I can't speak for anyone else. It seemed like how do you go from getting one-shotted so easily to all of a sudden now being able to fight to a certain degree up to his level? It makes it difficult for me, but you know what I mean?
It's not going to be like I think we're all on the same page, and it's not going to be Luffy 1v1 the entire time.
Right.
I don't
mean,
think that's
definitely
happening.
not.
The details are going to like they're still hazy as to how it's going to get done. I mean, I'm the same as Eric. I thought that prior to any of like the power scaling logic, that just from a story standpoint, Kaido was going down. The only thing that this chapter changed was when, for me, because now I'm not sure.
You thought there was going to be a post Wano where he goes down, or?
Well, no. What I originally thought, I have to bring up Eric's nemesis at this point in time.
Oh.
Was I thought that not to the same degree as Morge, but I thought that there was going to be a failure here to some degree. I didn't know how big it was going to be, but this chapter is now setting up for no failure. At least on a surface level, we have to wait for more details, but there are elements in this chapter that set things up so that Luffy does not fail.
I think to answer that, because the reason why I was so adamant about it, because we've seen this before with Marineford, it's like Whitebeard's crew and all that kept on moving forward. Damage was taken, things were lost. Like the battle swayed both sides many times, but it wasn't stopped and started. Like that's basically what's gonna happen here. It's gonna be a swings and roundabouts. Luffy's side will take damage, Kaido's side will take damage, and then back and forth until someone wins.
Well, we'll see about the back and forth. I mean, there are still a lot of things in here that have to play out, like just Big Mom in general. She's always been the wild card. I think we can all agree with that.
It's still a massive question that no one knows what to do with.
Yeah, it's. I mean, like what? She was in the last chapter, and she's just like, "Oh, Luffy, what are you doing here?" And it's like, "Well, okay, Luffy's right in front of her. So what's gonna happen next chapter? I don't know. We'll have to find out, I guess."
I just
But, like, the
I
way
worry.
that this was set up with
Go
the
ahead.
scabbards,
Yeah.
I don't think anybody in the community predicted that the fight with Kaido would start off with every single scabbard fighting him at the same time. I don't think anyone really thought that was going to happen. Like, no one was like, "Yeah, I want that to happen." So like they were talking about it or they saw it coming. But like the fact that they're doing this and the fact that it's been set up at least for the next chapter or next 2-3 chapters, however long it takes, for the Sulong form of the Mink Lords
True.
that we've been waiting for since Zo, that's going to happen against Kaido. You don't. Well, it would be odd. This could still happen, but most authors usually don't like do that, unless it's like the final fight.
Yeah. You wouldn't bring out the Ming form unless you're expecting him to go down.
Like if there's going to be a
Definitely.
tremendous loss here, and then this is like after the Mink form, it would be like that'd be surprising. It could happen, but from a writing standpoint, in terms of how people usually go, it's like it's like reveal the Bankai, and like they're all defeated right away.
Do you think every faction's gonna take their turn on Kaido, slowly wheeling him down, and then like Luffy and Kid and Law are the last team to go in?
Well, what I think
And
they're gonna
then
do is
that
they
finishes him
might
off.
just be there to distract Kaido, but what it's set up, in my opinion, is the Luffy quote unquote saves the day moment.
Yep.
Because they're like, "Oh, we got to finally do this. Thank you, Luffy." And Luffy's
Yep.
like coincidentally being annoyed by Big Mom and all of her memeage.
Yep.
And like they're gonna all get destroyed. They're gonna like reveal how cool they are, and then Luffy's gonna be like, "Oh, I came to save the day," kind of thing.
Yeah.
At least that's what it appears.
I mean,
so
yeah,
far. That could
we've
still
had
go
this.
whatever,
We've
however
had that
Oda
happen
wants
to like how in Arlong Luffy was like incapacitated or out of the way until like he needed to fight Arlong. Then he got freed and fought Arlong. Kind of like with there's a pattern with Luffy coming to save the day at the last moment.
Yeah, it happens a lot in
Yeah.
a lot of arcs.
It does.
Alabasta was the
Yeah.
same thing.
True.
Luffy was out of commission and came at the end and saved Vivi, and then he fought the crocodile and whatnot.
Yeah, Skypea. Same thing. He was trapped in that stupid serpent.
It's very formulaic. Like Oda likes to do that, which is why you would look at it and be
Yeah.
like, "Is Oda following a formula here?
Yeah.
Is this what we think it is or not?"
Yeah.
We'll have to see.
I'd expect a Gamma Knife, whatever Kid does, and then it's like Luffy's the last man standing, like 3 chapters of solo fight, and then it's over.
Yeah, the
I'm not-
only weird
yeah.
part of this is that like you would not expect this to be like the final battle though. The way Onigashima has played out, did this feel like the final battle to anyone personally for you guys?
Right, not yet. I mean, there's still a lot to do.
Yes.
Do you mean Onigashima in
Like,
general?
I'm talking about from like a writing standpoint, building up tension and stuff. Did this feel like the final part of the arc? Because that would essentially what this would be. For me, in my opinion, I don't think it's been like that at all. which is why I'm kind of like on the fence. I don't know what Oda plans on doing.
I feel like Oda tried with Wano, and then it just ended up on Onigashima. There's all those.
I mean, you got his.
I guess we're gonna be here. Okay. Yo, what?
There was good moments. I mean,
Because Act 2 was supposed.
Yeah.
Act 2 was supposed to be that like building tension. We failed. We got to build up again to get to Onigashima. But like, does anyone like Act 2 of Wano? I don't think so.
I'm very.
I mean, no.
Meh. Yeah.
But,
I mean, I think
Yeah,
that I think
and,
that
like,
Oda tried to build this up to be the final arc or final act, the final build-up moment. Whether it feels like that is subjective, of course. But I think the intention is Oda's try to build up to this moment for it to be the final conclusion. I just can't see it.
I feel like we could still get there. We can still get there. There's plenty of time to go through this battle.
I just don't know what Big Mom's gonna do. Do you think
Yeah,
that
we still need all the straw hats to separate and.
True, we still don't know what's going on with Brooke. You know what I'm saying? Frankie, we haven't seen them in forever. What's Sanji been up to?
Maybe
You know, it's like
maybe Frankie set up his weapons on top of the skull. He's ready to shoot those.
I think that will kind of be solved like pretty fast. They'll just like appear, you know. Unlike most arcs, this like whenever the crew split up in Onigashima, they didn't do anything.
Right.
Like all that happened off screen, and then like they appeared in the same place, sort of thing. So I'm sure like Sanji would just like show up whenever like something bad's about to happen, so he can like save the day. How Oda likes to do that, and I'm sure like Brooke and Frankie are off motorcycling around. They're gonna find something, then show up.
Right.
Strong, right?
Strong, right. Yo, thank you for the super chat putting over Nami. She wants to know, Blackbeard has Ryou? Question mark. Shanks' scar is PTSD like Kaido? Maybe. If every Yonko's got some sort of PTSD.
Shanks' scar does hurt.
I mean, wait, there's difference between it being PTSD like Kaido, as if like if Shanks starts thinking about his scar, can he like not use Haki or something?
I don't know. Shanks said this. It still aches. It still aches, according to Shanks. So, I'm just saying it might be relevant when Shanks fights
Maybe
Blackbeard.
he was thinking about his scar whenever he saw that Sea King. maybe that's how Oda will tie that in.
He's fighting Blackbeard. He's gonna win, and the Sea King shows up, and it gets delayed a moment.
No, it's just, no, he was thinking about Blackbeard whenever he was rescuing Luffy.
And
then he's like, "Oh, my scar aches," and then the fish was able to bite off his arm. It's like, "Oh no!
Oh no! Holy shit!" Yeah.
Son of a bitch! Son of a bitch!
That was a really good joke.
Appreciate the slander.
That was really good. I love Joseph. All right. Oh, you're talking about the Shanks slander. Oh, yeah, that makes sense. Look, Shanks is gonna be fine. Don't worry about Shanks. All right. And by fine, he's probably gonna die to Blackbeard, but he'll be relatively okay. So, what do you think is the over under of Shanks meeting Luffy? I think
it happens.
200%. That's the over under.
What's the ask the question again? What's the likelihood of what?
Luffy meeting Shanks.
7. 7 out of 10.
7?
7
Solid 7?
Yeah.
I don't know, man. If this is the versus for Yonko Saga, Shanks is gonna have to be a player in some way, and Blackbeard's got to be a player in some way. So I wouldn't be shocked by with the end of the arc. It's really happy. They have their little celebration, and then next chapter we go over and we see fucking Blackbeard standing over the body with a bloody 3-clawed weapon over Shanks' corpse. I wouldn't be surprised.
I still think that they're going to meet.
I hope so.
For sure, at least in my opinion, for sure. I feel like it's one of those things that's been promised for so long that O's just not going to skimp out on it.
Right, no, I get you.
Zoro, you're not reading Berserk, alright? Relax.
That's true. Oda doesn't kill people. Bro, I'm still salty.
Blackbeard isn't gonna be standing over a bloody corpse. That's not gonna
I'm
happen.
still salty about Pound, bro. That was disgusting. Disgraceful.
Pound is a fraud.
He is a fraud, bro. And I just can't trust Oda anymore, bro. I mean, Kanjuro might fucking, thriller walk his way back to the arc. I don't know.
I mean, Kanjuro, though, it's like, I expect that to happen.
Yeah, but Orochi, too? I mean, like, how many, like, fake outs are you going to have?
I expect Orochi to.
That's what I'm saying.
Listen, the worst one would be if, like, Yasu thriller walked back from the grave. It's like, yo, what's up, Toko? I'm back, baby. What's up?
He said, hold on a minute, player.
Hold on. You know, like that video of the guy getting out of the coffin on the truck, on the back of like the bed of the truck.
Yeah, he dances.
Famous,
Starts dancing.
That would be like Yasu. Like,
That would be hideous.
She had fake blood.
which it could happen. Similar things have happened before.
I mean, nothing is safe anymore, bro. Like Pedro could show up at some point. Next chapter, like I got my main form too. You know. And next thing you know,
Pedro, I used to think had a pretty good chance. Now I don't think so.
You don't think so?
Although we still have to wait. We won't know for sure, 100%, until the Jinbei Big Mom Jerma stuff has been resolved. We literally won't know for sure until that.
Yeah. We'll have to see. But I wouldn't be surprised, bro. I mean, once you've let Pound live for whatever unspeakable reason, how could you be sure about any death? It just really messed with me. I mean, like legitimately, like the Willipede is real. Like if Pell could live, that's one thing, right? Because Pell, the way someone explained it to me, it was like around 9/11, so he did it for like more personal reasons.
That's never actually been confirmed.
That's what people say. I mean, I'll let that slide.
Because the Pell chapter came out in December of 2011. And it is just speculation that Oda did that for. Like I used to think there was like an interview out there that Oda mentioned something about it.
It's just speculation,
but there isn't.
There's a lot of that in the community where people just say things.
Yeah, people just say things, but it is speculation that Oda did it because it's 2011 and that's the reason why he did it. And there's a giant bomb. Could be the case. I think Oda really just didn't want to kill. I don't think there's any outstanding reason. Oda has said in an interview, it's like my grandma doesn't like people dying, and people use that as a justification as why he doesn't have people die. Since his grandma hates it, which is ridiculous. Obviously,
that is ridiculous, but
people have said that.
Oda is Oda. I don't know. The thing is, like, you can't like try to trick us so many times and then expect us to be surprised when someone shows up. It ruins it. It ruins the expectation there. So now that if Orochi does pop up, it's not a surprise. We're not gonna go, oh wow. It's gonna be like, oh yeah, of course, it's Oda doing Oda again. And he's got to realize that's a problem.
A lot of authors. This is not just an Oda issue, although like it applies to Oda. Once you like start writing a series long enough, you kind of fall into your own tropes a bit, and like with your writing style, and it's really hard for authors to be like self-aware. True. Now that's like this is where like the editors should come in and be like, whoa, what are we doing here? But nothing's safe, as you say. Nothing is safe.
I mean, the editors, I just can't help but feel like they're kind of like, are they really challenging Oda on these things? I mean, if Oda wants to, he can get an Oda editor out there quick. He's probably like the way I see it, like Oda's LeBron James, and his editors are like.
Well, he's a hot commodity.
You're the support players. If I want to trade you, I'll trade you, bro. You ain't running the show here. You know.
Although it is interesting to note that all of Oda's past few editors have been extremely young. That's actually kind of curious, because like those are young, talented, unproven editors that Oda's getting. Like the new one has like never done editing for anything else before. Really?
So you think he's just getting like sycophants that'll do what he says? Kind of thing?
I don't know. Maybe like I'm sure they go through like some sort of interview process and like they try to find someone that Oda likes, or like Oda met. It's like I like that guy, pick him.
Gotcha.
Sort of thing.
Yeah.
But it is because I am sure if there was an older veteran editor around, that he'd probably be a bit more vocal.
Probably with a little more clout.
The whole cultural dynamic of Japan, where the younger people don't try to like get up on the old man's grill.
True.
There's like that entire.
How old is Oda? Is Oda what, in his 40s, 30s, 40s? Oda? He's like in his
46.
Yeah,
46-ish, around there.
You'd imagine you wouldn't want too many old people in the room. The magazine is for children. I don't know if you want.
That's true. That's true. That's a good point.
Running it, be a bit.
Yeah, if you don't want people.
I don't know what the intentions are.
Like if you want people that are gonna be like people that would want to read your stuff, right? Or more likely to read your stuff.
Yeah, that are young. They know like what's going on in the youth communities.
Oh, the kids,
Japan,
their youth
all
communities.
That shit.
Yeah, dude.
What are the kids doing these days?
Maybe that makes sense. I don't know. With Oda,
possibly. I mean,
with Oda, he just kind of does what he wants, bro. for better or for worse. Sometimes it really works out, and sometimes it just doesn't with Pound. I mean, I'm not gonna really harp on it too much. Let's try to move on because, people I'm sure are complaining about. Oh, you're talking negative about One Piece, man. I get it.
Oh my God,
I get it.
this bitch.
What?
Sorry. Continue.
Who you talking?
Townsy is reading 2 volumes in the stream.
Oh,
He already got past the Hill of Swords. Oh my gosh, this is just unforgivable.
he's still streaming? I thought you said he's done streaming.
I have to go back and rewatch this.
I mean,
I thought he was too. He usually only reads 1 volume. I am furious now.
Townsy, what the fuck, man? I would have watched 2. Go check out.
Drizzt is upset.
Go check out Townsy. He's currently catching up to Berserk, and I think he's catching up to Haikyuu still. He's not caught up yet, but he's getting there. So, give that man a follow. Absolutely. But let's I hate to do this. I hate being this guy, and King Lightning's not here, and I was waiting for him to talk about power scaling, but like,
oh boy.
let's jump into this toxic river known as power scaling. Yeah, man. So,
Why?
do you think after what we saw last chapter, Kaido is the still the strongest being in all of One Piece? At least out of not counting Emu, just talking about pirates and marines.
Well, I haven't thought that for a long time.
Fair.
Yeah, that's not a thing.
Really?
I don't know, the strongest creature. Do you want to?
Yeah.
Does that title mean something to you?
I mean, it means something to me. Like, I still think
Yeah.
that Kaido's among the top strongest people, but I had at one point in time I had him as my strongest, but after rethinking the way that I thought about power scaling, especially for Wano, because now that I think Kaido's going down, I think it is literally impossible, from my perspective, for Oda to have the strongest person in the entire series die in this arc.
Yeah. Well, the thing
I
is,
think it's too soon.
the thing
The
is,
characters with the most mystery behind them have the highest chance of being pretty strong.
well, let me say this. Let me say this one thing, and reason why Kaido could be the strongest, but will go down. It's because of the little quote saying, yeah, so if it's a one-on-one fight, he can win. But the problem is, this arc, he's getting jumped by quite a lot of powerful people, and especially now that the Minks are getting their Sulong forms, you got all the Minks there simultaneously, there to weaken him a little bit. Even if they don't weaken him a lot, and they only get like superficial damage in, they can still put in some work, enough for like slowly but surely. With Marco there, who knows if Perospero is like allying with him, or if he's just what the fuck Perospero's doing. I don't know, right? You got him. And possibly other people that might join this arc. You got all the scabbards. You got Luffy, Zoro, Kid in this crew, Killer, and of course Law there. Drake's gonna probably switch. Hawkins is probably switch. I think that was Hawkins' last chapter, to me at least. Kaido is gonna get jumped by multiple people. I don't know what his commanders are doing, like what the fuck King was last chapter, but that's whatever. I'm not gonna get into all that. But,
I mean, granted, that could be a valid point, Zoro. Is that you could like justify it power scaling wise, but I don't believe in his like after the Odin flashback. I don't believe in Kaido's like in a 1v1 bet on Kaido.
true, but that was many years ago. To be
The
fair,
only lore around Kaido, the only lore around
that was
Kaido
that was
we
20
know-
years ago. That's not.
Well, but the thing is, like, these Yonko don't do anything.
Well, he is physically like
and
bigger.
They
than he
don't
was.
clash with each other at all as
They
well.
clash- He clashed
I'm
with
not saying
Shanks.
he's the same. I'm not saying he's the same as he was back then, because obviously he's probably stronger than what he was back then,
Right.
just by the nature of growing older, and he's still like remarkably young in terms of his physical feature.
Right.
I'm just saying that he has no notable wins on his belt.
I mean, I would
So
imagine
this-
that he does. That
On
we
a
just don't know about
1v1
them.
bet on Kaido, it's completely unfounded.
He would not have, like, the thing is, like, we haven't seen all of it, right? And this is the case for a lot of pirates. I think is an issue that we don't hear enough about their earlier exploits. But Kaido's bounty is the way that it is in the billions for a reason. I mean, look at everything that Luffy had to do just to get his bounty to 1.5 billion. Everything that he had to do to get to 1.5, and Kaido's easily dwarfs his. So, although he hasn't outright explained exactly what Kaido has done and some of his achievements, it is heavily implied, obviously, that he must have done it. I mean, how could you get a bounty of that size otherwise if you didn't fucking just go ham somewhere? There's no evidence of it. That's fair.
Well, yeah, that's very possible. We could learn later, but for me, like it's more. Or
But that's
less
a problem
what's
for
left of
all
the
the
story
Yonkos.
that convinces me.
We haven't seen what Big Mom was doing.
Yeah, well, Big Mom,
was-
we know for a fact hasn't done anything.
Well, we don't know.
He was introduced with just a massive,
She hasn't left her
massive
island in
loss
decades.
sheet.
True.
Yeah.
What was that?
Whitebeard didn't see Sengoku for like decades as well.
Most of these pirates, they're just out there just doing whatever.
So how do you
Big Mom
the only
had
one who's
literally
doing
not
anything
seen
is
Kaido.
Shanks.
Big Mom hadn't seen Kaido since before he went to Wano. Decades ago.
Yeah.
Decades. She doesn't even know how strong
Like-
Kaido actually is.
Yeah, it's probably just all based on like past knowledge and like whatever. But like Oda also sets up expectations around these characters that are like, but that this has been a thing for the entire story since like Enies Lobby about the four emperors. It's just like it's a power vacuum. They're all supposed to be about the same with their crews and their strength just to control the new world.
Right.
Like, and they all have their each individual special abilities and their own special things about them. The person who's gonna end up being the strongest whatever opponent or whatever is gonna be like so unclear forever. There's like no real point even talking about it. Because like when Luffy's gonna be Pirate King, people are still gonna be like, oh, he's weaker than Whitebeard was. Like, because you're never gonna see Luffy fight Prime Whitebeard. It's not like Goku where it's clear that he's the best forever until someone else turns up when he's not the best.
I mean, that's precisely the case, which is why for me, I go to like a few other people that I think are probably like the strongest in my opinion, just because of where like I personally see the series. It's very possible that Kaido could be the strongest. I just don't think that Oda would kill or defeat the strongest character in the series within this arc.
You don't think he's being defeated? then?
It could
Oh, this
be.
arc. Okay, interesting.
It depends.
Go ahead.
What's that?
No, go ahead, Eric.
Well, yeah.
I don't think he's gonna die. Yeah, I don't think Kaido's gonna die in this arc or
Really?
any arc. I don't think none of these emperors gonna die. Maybe Blackbeard,
Cap.
but yeah.
Then how could you
I
not
don't
have
see
Kaido die?
Oda getting rid of one of his toys.
You think
Okay,
he's gonna
we've
like?
argued about this before.
You think he's
in the
gonna be
past,
captured?
Eric. What's your justification for this happening again?
To me, he will get captured and then thrown and impaled down for like 2 weeks and then do something.
But what's the end goal of that, man?
Because Oda loves using characters in the past to comment on Luffy in some way or build out the rest of the world in some way. Look at Doflamingo in the prison. Crocodile keeps on showing up. Everyone's like, oh, what's Crocodile doing? It's all that little interworking little mechanisms he likes doing.
But these are characters
always
that like are
happens.
at the end of the series. These aren't characters that were in like the middle or before then that Oda's like saving. These are like, is it even feasible from a logical perspective to save every single Yonko and have none of them die?
I think
That's
Blackbeard.
kinda wild.
I'm pretty sure Blackbeard's gonna end up dying because
well, I'm excluding Blackbeard. I'm talking about the Shanks, Big Mom, Kaido.
I think there's a good chance. I think there's a good chance that Shanks will see Luffy off as he achieves his dream. That's kind of a wholesome thing Oda can do.
Is that more hope, or is that more
kind
what
of
you think is
like-
gonna happen?
They're still so rich in this world from the past, the present, all the lore of the worlds. I don't know if Oda's gonna get rid of them. We'll see. I'm not convinced that they're both.
But
I'm
what are they
50-50
gonna
on it.
do
I'm not.
after they get defeated though. Just like chill.
Read the newspaper after every arc. What they always do.
People that strong?
Sure. Sea Stone, like it still stopped Big Mom.
Well, no,
Big
it's
Mom
not
wasn't
gonna,
able to break Sea
Impel
Stone.
Down's gonna be gone at some point. I think we can all agree on that. It's not gonna be there for the rest of the series.
Yeah, but like, do you want Luffy to sail into the sunset, the strongest man with no threats, or do you still want there to be shit going on?
I mean, the threat.
While
The
Luffy's a pirate king.
I think the
Well,
threats.
the
them
story
being there
ends.
or not, it's not like relevant. To
The threats are gonna be his contemporaries, the kids of the world, the laws of the world, and I just don't see how Big Mom and Kaido can survive post their defeat, because
they're also fan favorites,
I mean,
as well.
I mean,
I don't know if
so-
Oda's gonna do it.
Like,
Look at the man's track record. Look at every other villain.
I know, but
I'm not
these
convinced that they're both
particular
gonna die.
villains. What's stopping, for example, what's stopping Kaido once he's defeated? If they don't kill him, and Luffy sails to, let's say, Elbaf, what's stopping Kaido from coming back to Wano and just causing shit again? How could you?
Are these guys gonna turn good?
You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying. Like,
What do you mean?
Is Luffy gonna like talk no jutsu them into being good people?
that's what I'm. Yeah, that's kind of what I'm
They're
going.
probably gonna be in shackles, impelled down, wrapped up in sea stone like
Posed?
Doflamingo.
To Yonko.
Oh, I don't know about Big Mom. All right, it's still confusing what's going on with Big Mom. But
I'm just saying, by principle of like, that's possible. That Oda could just not kill them. I would say it's highly unlikely from my perspective, at least.
Well, 50-50. I'm not saying like they're definitely not going to die.
No, I could see them being tied up and impelled down.
it-
I just think it'd be really a mistake, considering. I mean, especially the scabbards that have been suffering for 20 years. Like, they're not going to be. You know what?
Yeah.
Killing is wrong. Sheath sword. Like,
And you could see like, you could see like, I don't know, Blackbeard doing something in the paper, and then they're both like, oh, it reminds me of the Captain Rock, some bullshit like that, you know? Like
Yeah.
that's what would rocks do, or
Oh man.
some bullshit like that, you know?
I hope not.
so if Kaido isn't the strongest, which some of you think he's not, then who is?
You know my answer. Why are you asking me that question?
I want to hear you say it for the people who don't know. For the people who don't. Oh
Absolutely
god.
slanderous.
Speaking of power scaling,
Let me on guard. What? What up, guys?
what's up, Cole?
What's up, King?
We took shot. I was taking shots
Why?
at you, King,
He was.
at the start.
That's the fun stuff. Fuck, that was
He
rude.
was. I know he wasn't even here.
Fucking bastard, piece of shit. Fucking Aussies,
Hey,
man.
man.
Can never trust an Aussie. Oh shit. Is that my fucking? Oh, that's attack shit. Oh, of course, yeah. Yeah.
You get Cole?
What?
No, I got some mail. I fucking IRS is like, yo, it's time, bitch. Yeah.
Damn, that's tough.
Yeah, I
Tax
just paid
man
my
at the door.
taxes as well, King. It's tax is not good.
Oh yeah, especially when they're like, hey, you know, how about some how about 5G, sir? Like, oh, what the fuck? You niggas. You niggas. All right, okay.
What
so
you
now
doing, man?
My fucking tax issues. Stuff, dude. Last year was some mix up with the tax that I had, and so I owed a lot more tax than I expected to owe. And then Iris is like, "Yo, we don't fucking forget. We're like elephants here. We don't forget this shit, dog. We know. We got fucking like Matriarch memory. We got like fucking 70 years of nigga now.
Bro, like-
So I have to pay more than I thought.
Gotta pay those Patreon taxes.
Fuck
Gotta
it
pay
is.
those
Oh,
D
yeah,
Live.
fucking Patreon. Yeah, man. Oh shit.
D Live, bro.
I'm paying
We gotta get all
5G
that.
for fucking
You gotta pay tax on Raid Shadow Legends,
true.
okay?
Yeah,
Right,
I mean,
Shadowland,
you know,
yeah.
I might have to fucking hit up some. I might have to go hit up Bridge Wallet real quick,
Bro.
Like, hey, yo, guys, you guys need some new
I'm
fucking
telling you,
sponsors,
I'm
man?
telling you,
what
like-
I do?
Bro, there's this one game. I don't know what the fuck it is, but it plays on every YouTube video. I don't know if it's specifically catered to me, but it's like some like chibi girl game or some bullshit where you collect these
I know.
chicks.
There's one game where it's like
Arkham
a
Knights or
kingdom-based
something?
game.
Not
Like, there's
Arkham
one game.
Knights.
There's been a lot of Chinese commercials for like all these games, and they're shitty, dude. They are awful. Like there's one game called like Rise of Kingdoms. I'm like, yo, you people are fucking absolute degenerates of the highest order.
But-
There's like every other commercial I get from on YouTube is like this fucking guy with sunglasses and this girl with sunglasses indoors at nighttime playing fucking Rise of Kingdoms, and they're like, huh, come on, babe, like my kingdom is fucking amazing. Like, oh my god, this guy's beating me. Like my fucking kingdom is so fucking powerful. I'm rich, bitch. Like what the fuck is this horseshit?
Bro,
You fucking
look,
goddamn heathens. They're called
look,
white monkeys in China, which is insane. White monkeys, racist,
bro. All I know,
across the board.
True. But Cole, if they're coming out like, hey, we'll cover your taxes, bro. Just mention us in a video for like 2 seconds. I mean,
Oh, they cover the tax as well for sure. You know, man, China's paying these folks like at least like a few grand to
That
do that.
China
kind of shit.
money,
without
bro.
question, without a doubt.
Yo.
Yeah, China money, man.
I'll be like LeBron
Yeah, man,
James.
for real.
I'll be like LeBron James if China money starts coming my way, bro. I'll be like,
Chairman James. Chairman James.
I'll be honest.
Okay, yeah, no doubt.
I'll be honest.
Yeah.
Like China has done nothing wrong.
All right. So what about my impeccable power scaling is wrong? Mr. Ozzy, oi.
No, we're just talking about the Haki thing on Twitter, you know.
Oh, the hockey thing? Yeah, what about it?
Yeah. Your future sight, Rio.
Okay.
How you're annoying about it.
I'm not annoying about it. I just make assumptions about it. At least I don't try to be annoying about it. It's like I'm not saying that Luffy's Katakuri. I'm not saying that Zoro can do the fucking thing, the same thing I really can do. It's like I'm gonna make those assumptions, my dog. Like, come on, easy.
I think we're on the same page in that regard. I'm not, Luffy can't go full Katakuri,
Right.
but he has the ability to do somewhat of it. Same with Luffy. Same with Zoro, I mean. It's like, he can't go full Rayleigh, but he obviously has the capability to do it.
It's like, because hockey is such a, like, I guess you can say, such a vague and flawed system, I just try and decipher it as best as I can. It's like, I tell folks all the time, like, Ryou is not, like, it's not fucking, like, just how Skypiea had Mantra, Wano has Ryou.
Right.
And that's what they just call it.
Well,
and so it's like, when we see them do this invisible aura thing in the air, that's just hockey, essentially. Like, that's what they define as hockey. But we know that folks like Zoro can put it onto weapons, like people can put hockey on bullets or hockey on, like, spears or weapons and so on and so forth. But, like, we never saw Katakuri put armor hockey onto his Mo spear, but we know that Zoro can put his armor hockey onto his sword. But then to say that Zoro can now do what Rayleigh can do and put his hockey out in open air and do, like, a deflection like Sentomaru can, or even go further beyond and do what Rayleigh and Luffy can do and infuse that shit inside of internal objects. I'm like, dog, like, wait,
the barrier thing, the barrier thing on that post call, someone posted that got me thinking, because they showed the panel in the Fishman Island when he was fighting Kyozo, and he made like a barrier around him that reflected the blades, bro. It seemed like the barrier. It seems to me.
No.
King, I take issue with you saying that, like, coding blades and Haki is Ryou, because it's not.
No, what I'm saying is that's hockey. Like the Ryou is defined as, you have the whole hockey on the blade concept, because that's how they learned it. Like he says, like, let me tell you, like, what I achieved as a swordsman over my life, Luffy. And then when we have that saying of learning to cut everything, but at the same time cut nothing, it seems to be more so like a gradient of hockey, where it's like, okay, you apply hockey into a certain way so you can cut more things, or you can cut certain things. But then you don't apply hockey, or you apply hockey to another way, and then you can't cut anything. Some shit like that. Like, it just seems like all of it's Ryou, but, like, in this case, there's a medium where you actually put the hockey onto a medium, in this case, a sword. But again, like, Eric, Oda's not clear about that at all. So, there's this. What up, JD?
What's up?
But when you say like, it's like Mantra, or it's like,
Hold
whatever,
up.
it's not really though.
What's up, Jay?
It kind of is, though, if you think about it, just because Mantra is a different application of hockey from a different world/kingdom, so you can kind of you can relate Mantra to Ryou in a way. You can.
Yes, sir. Really quickly, I got a super chat that's kind of commenting on this, so I thought we'd get to it. Thank you, Victor Miller, for the $10 super chat. He said in the last chapter, the scabbards are bleeding and looking rough without getting hit. What are y'all thoughts on the amount of Ryou they're using, possibly taking their life force? Which is a good question.
I will comment first on this. Completely unrelated, in my opinion.
I thought it just fell down. Like,
yes. If you look at the chapter, they fell down somehow so hard and so fast, it destroyed the Earth, and it was like a comet. Was what it looked like.
It was also like
and
some weird,
they got
like,
up, they were all bloodied and injured. It was them hitting the floor, dude.
I mean, to be fair,
like, there was also like a weird, like, beam attack going on.
You make it sound
falling.
so soft. Like, they hit the floor and they started to bleed. Like, what?
Ow, my arm.
But I mean, it is what happened, though. Hockey.
I was anything to do with Ryou.
Question for you guys. So I was on my Twitch chat, and I think JD was there too for this. Yeah. Are they about to skip this shit with the fucking Mink and Kaido? Like,
oh, I don't know.
Off screen that shit, bro. That would be egregious beyond measure.
Do you think they're going to?
If they do, bro. Oh, dude, my God.
What would be the point of? No, that'd be crazy.
That would be indefensible. Indefensible.
Like, I think that Oda's gonna show us, like, maybe like them on Sulong form. Like, we're gonna see Sulong Neko, Sulong Inu, and then we're just gonna
define what you want, and then define what you want.
Like, what I want is like a full scale war. I want a raid boss. Like, You know how like Katakuri got like that one chapter where it was like Katakuri versus Luffy, like chapter 895. I want like 2 of those chapters of just Raid Boss Kaido, minimum.
With the mink?
Yeah.
Or what?
Mink and Scabbards, Raid Boss Kaido, at least 2 chapters.
Yeah, they got to go full MMORPG.
Here and there.
Full MMORPG.
Right.
You got healers. You
But
got
then knowing Oda,
you got
but then knowing
debuffers,
Oda, he'll probably be
buffers.
like, okay, like let me show you like the Mink transform to Sulong. They have like one clash, and then we cut away, and then we cut back, and then like Kaido's like heavily wounded, or like half the Mink are dead, or some bullshit like that. So what the fuck just happened, though? Like
I think you'll see all the major attacks. I don't know if you're gonna see like 2 chapters of straight sequence.
Depends on how long they're supposed to be there to stall Kaido.
True.
that's kind of true, yeah.
I need at
Because
least.
we don't know what's gonna happen with this whole Big Mom being a meme stuff. That could just go wherever Oda wants to go, and
Like,
Luffy's just gonna be stalled until he doesn't.
Big
need to
Mom's
be
too
stalled.
formal.
how are half the Minks,
It's rare for him.
bro? How are half the
Yeah.
Minks can even touch Kaido? He's flying, bro. Like, do they have some sort of flight?
Well, the mix can jump pretty high.
Flying, bro.
They can jump.
Flying's irrelevant.
And Kaido
It's
just
never
goes
happened in the
higher.
series.
I mean,
That's all I'm saying. You got the high ground,
No,
Anakin.
you think it's too much.
You got the high ground.
At no point in the series has flying ever mattered.
Tell that to Pell. Tell that to Pell. All right?
Frankie versus
Pell.
Fuguro? Yeah, that mattered.
That's true. It did matter.
Yep.
It didn't really matter though.
It did matter though.
It wasn't
'cause
something he needed to work around.
Frankie would have been sunk to the abyss at NES
It's
lobby
true.
if not for Fuguro being able to fly and kick the air. There we go.
Yeah.
Yeah, it didn't matter in the Doflamingo fight.
It did because
Did
Luffy
not.
could fly. It did
Right.
because
It didn't.
he had the high ground.
It
What do you
didn't.
mean?
It did, from an actual power scaling
He had the
stance,
high
it
ground.
didn't make a
He
difference.
had no.
There
The
was
king.
never any like,
the king.
oh my god, he's in
Okay,
the
wait,
air.
come on.
How are we gonna
If
game
Luffy-
plan around
if-
him flying?
If Luffy aimed the King Kong gut up at Doffy, and then there's no impact on the ground, Doffy's still fighting, dog.
You
No
can't say
way.
that. That's
No,
so
cap.
Based on what?
Troll.
I mean, he can, but you know what I'm saying. I'm not. Gonna
Yo, it's facts. What do you mean it's facts? Clean facts.
That's Thai facts, man.
No, stop
not.
it.
Whoa.
It's in the story. Thank you. It's in the story.
It's right there. I don't understand.
That's
How are we having this debate? I don't understand.
100.
Oda drew Doflamingo's because face disappeared when he got hit with that King Kong. I don't know if he's
Really quickly,
I
guys.
don't know if the floor mattered.
Really quickly.
I need at least. Yeah, go ahead, bro.
I was just gonna say, for anyone just joining us, we're just talking Wano, bullshitting around. We got King of Lightning here, of course. We've got Eric from the Red Force Podcast, Drizzt, and JD Legend. We're just kind of chilling and talking. Thank you to all the new followers, subbers, and super chatters. Really appreciate all the donations. Really quickly, one last super chat. Mary wants to know, chances Kaido blows up the moon. I was gonna get to this. I was gonna
I'm
get
doing
to
a video on
this.
that shit. I'm ready.
You're doing a video.
Yes.
Really, Kaido?
100% that happens. There's
Really?
no
No,
chance.
I like their second idea. Cover the moonlight with clouds. That's an actual strategy that could be implemented.
That's good.
Blowing up the
Yeah, but
moon,
that's boring.
That's just Dragon Ball Z.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's
It's not
boring.
wrong.
That's
It's
boring.
about time. It's about time One Piece
Does
got
it-
Dragon Ball Z though. I
Does
think
it
One Piece-
does it
please
even
no.
make sense that we blows up the moon?
Yeah,
At least
no,
put like a
it-
crane
no,
on
it
that
does.
shit.
It makes
Like, what the
look,
fuck are we talking
we
about?
want it.
At
We
least
want
make
it.
the attempt, dog.
We want it so Enel can come back.
Make the attempt.
Make the attempt. Yes.
See when the China blow up the moon, but like it doesn't do anything. It's like I
Like
tried.
hyper blast
Oh
breath. If
my
you do that shit with
God.
hockey, fucking aim for the moon, and then see if you can't destroy that shit, dog.
King, that makes way more problems than it solves, alright? That's like the Holdo.
But
That's like the Holdo maneuver in Star Wars. You
No.
don't want to do it because
There's
it
a one
just
in a
breaks
million
the
shots.
universe.
No, you know why? Because
What do
no,
you
no,
do?
no. Because One Piece has 7 moons, dog. Fucking, it's
When have
here's
any
the
of
thing.
those mattered?
so here's the thing, right? Here's how it
Oh,
works.
man.
If Kaido does do a hyper beam straight to the moon, and he takes out a portion of the moon, if it's not a full moon, they can't be fully zoomed off. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying.
Mm.
It works.
How is he doing? How is he doing?
Just puts a
even
little
bit
hole
of
in the
damage to
moon.
Blast breath.
Why not? Why would he not?
It blew up a man.
It even blew up the mountain. It blew up the top of the mountain.
Okay,
No,
but
no,
he
no,
was
no, no, no.
drunk. This is
But,
sober.
and,
time.
and then also you
Sober
forget
time.
too that the attack keeps on going on. Like it just didn't stop with the mountain. It kept on going on, my
What if
nigga.
he-
That's true.
What if he hits the sweet spot?
That's true.
Dude,
Like
why do
Vegeta
you
with the
fucking
with
blow
the
up the
like
moon, dude? Come
Vegeta
on.
with the with the final flash, he kind of angled it so it didn't destroy the planet, right? But if he aimed the final
King,
flash
I can't
directly,
tell if you're
if he
making-
aimed the final flash through the planet, it would blow up the core. That's all you need
I'm
to
not
do.
against it.
You know, it could happen. It could happen, but I don't think it will.
I can't.
No,
can't
no,
tell
listen. The only reason, like, don't blow up the fucking moon. Because then we're gonna get into like things that's like Oda obviously didn't plan for, like the One Piece has 7 moons, but they've never actually mattered to the entirety of the story, not once ever.
Well,
but
they
they
matter
do
now.
now that Kaido's destroyed.
What do you mean?
It
It's
matter
not
now.
wrong. It's not 7 moons in a row. What are you talking
But they
about?
don't do. No one's. It's never mattered. No one's ever been like.
It matters.
Well, they're about it now.
Oh
there
my
are 7
god.
moons and they affect the world and this and that. It's just gonna be like well, Kyle destroyed the moon, so I need to make up these rules now.
Have you ever heard of foreshadowing, Drizzt? Come on.
That's not
I understand.
foreshadowing. That's not
It's there for you to see.
Now I want it.
Facts, man.
Now I want it. And Nell.
my God.
And Nell descends down from the heavens.
These guys out of
El
here.
Toro.
You bringing my boy NL with the rap. Best rock you want.
I think
Drizzt,
this gets watched
Drizzt, see,
instantly by anyone in the
you
war.
have to think about it
No.
logically. Drizzt. You have to think about it logically.
NL would come in there and coast.
This is
most-
post time skipping Nell.
And-
This is post time skipping Nell.
Bro, Kinemon would one shot
NL
it
beating
now.
the shit out of like if he comes
Murdering
there.
Kinemon.
If he
Murdering.
no. If NL comes there and has even a smidge of Aramaki hardening, it's over. Like, yo, King, stand the fuck down, nigga. Like, King,
It's over.
the same
Yeah,
way
alright.
Zoro got done in by NL is the
Whoa,
same way
whoa, whoa,
King
whoa,
was gonna
whoa,
get done by
whoa,
NL
whoa.
too. Like,
What is
nigga,
this slander?
Agreed. I'm
What
not
is
even
this
debating.
slander?
It's not even a debate.
Hold
Like,
on,
who
Cole.
the fuck with my moon?
Cole. So,
who's ass
since
kicking right
since
now,
we're
bro?
slandering Cole,
Tell me.
I got a super chat. A B C D E wants to know, when Zoro kills Kaido, are you gonna push the Sanji equals Zoro agenda still?
He's not killing Kaido.
But if he does,
Exactly.
But
It's
if he
simple.
does.
he's not doing it.
if he does,
But he's not.
but if he does,
I mean, it'd be absolutely ridiculous.
If Kaido is covered in like 3 tons of Kairoseki, already fucking like half dead, and then Zoro maybe stabs the sword into his
Come on, bro.
chest, then yeah, Zoro, he can find
Kinemon
stuff.
was able to penetrate him, even though it was just a tip. He was able to penetrate Kaido. You think
No,
Zoro
bro,
can't?
right now, right now it's looking like Kinemon's top 30 and Zoro can stand the fuck down.
Bro, shut the fuck up.
I'm with him.
Yo, Kinemon was shitting his pants when Zoro hit Pika. He was shitting himself. He's like, oh.
Kinemon.
We've been re-rating.
Was he
we've been
not?
re-rating Dressrosa? Christian's been re-rating it for the show this week, and he's just being salty about Kinemon the entire arc.
That's because he's trash.
It's just like so many moments of him just being trash in Dressrosa.
Yeah.
Bro, he gets tied up by goons, civilians in Dressrosa.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's because,
Captured
you know,
by
they don't hunt the
civilians.
civilians. Wait, to be fair, they said, we don't hunt the civilians, you know, like, let's be fucking lads, and then, you know, let's just try and, like, they were trying to help Usopp out, all right? Come on, bro. It's not a big deal.
To be fair,
Kinemon looks like trash law cases. It is a dude, law one-on-ones and beats this guy off screen. It's like, Jesus, man.
Yeah.
Like,
on top of
And he
that,
can kill. He can hurt Kaido.
Fujitora was struggling with a bird cage. So do you mean to tell me that Doflamingo can beat Fujitora?
That was a
Is
plot
that what we're
device. Come on, stop it.
Jay, I'm not even gonna let you instigate that.
Stop
You're
it.
drunk.
I mean-
Stop it.
doing? I'm just saying, but listen, because
No,
again,
no,
what are you so relevant beats?
Jay,
Listen,
Stop it, Jay.
listen.
You know what you're doing, Dre.
Why can't Duffy just use the bird cage
been
on
ignorant,
anybody
Jay.
that's admiral level if that's the case? I just want to know.
Been
Why?
ignorant,
I
Jay.
don't care, Jay.
If Doflamingo uses bird cage, he's beating Kizaru, Green Bull, all of them. I don't care.
He's not wrong. He's not
And if
wrong.
Law uses a personality swap on anyone, he beats them, but he doesn't do it, does he?
Congratulations, Law is Yonko level. How you feeling?
It's not my issue.
bro, honestly, though,
Oh,
break cage facts.
my
Like,
God.
it is what it is. Fuji told me I couldn't do shit. Like, I gotta tell you, bro.
That's all I'm
Like,
saying.
like,
All right,
unless
hold
he
on.
drops the moon.
Hold on, let me drop a theory real quick.
Yeah.
Law, after somehow King loses to Marco, right? Law swaps Zoro's
Yeah.
body with King's body, bro. Switches them up. Zoro in King's body takes down Kaido. Bro.
Why does that matter?
Let's make it happen.
Wait, where are you? Why are you even going with this?
I don't know, bro. I just
what?
thought about it.
What's the end goal?
Wait.
Like, I guarantee you,
He
like,
doesn't even-
we are never gonna see that ability from Law again.
I know.
100%.
I'm just being a
Well,
dick.
well, never gonna say that.
No, King, we might see it, but it'll be a gag.
For who? Now?
it-
No,
it-
now?
But
No.
Law would just like do it like in an after party as like a joke, like, oh, we switched bodies because of you, Law. Woo!
No, Law's dying this arc, dude. It's over.
Oh,
Well,
He's dying.
Whatever, if he dies or not, I don't care.
and
Law's surviving, I promise you. I
No,
promise
but
you
he's
Law's
Law.
Dude, but
He's honoring not. Come on,
Yo.
man. How you not care, dude?
dude,
He has,
come on.
no, I don't care, dude. Law has been irrelevant for forever. I don't care.
Corazon Rocinante.
Yeah, he was
Doflamingo,
cool back
my
then, King,
revenge.
but he has been boring.
He hasn't done anything. I mean, Hawkins in Law is pretty damn
kind
dope.
of the point, dude.
Bro, he used
we
his
had
submarine
Sanji,
to
we had
get
Zoro,
the
he
scabbards
was
to
there.
the back.
In the arc.
Come on, bro. He used
Bro,
the submarine to help
compete
out.
with Luffy and Kid. I mean, you saw the ship.
Oh wow.
They had to go Gear 4, Punk Gibson, and then fucking
Yeah, but
Room.
now it's Oda like, remember Law? He's still doing this thing.
There it is.
Room,
No
dude,
one,
Room.
no one believes it.
I guarantee you, he picked up
Oh,
Hawkins
shit.
this last chapter. In my opinion, he picked up Hawkins,
I don't think
bro.
Hawkins is not
That's
though. I
Hawkins,
don't think
dude.
Hawkins is
I've
not.
seen people
fucking
say that.
Hawkins,
I just
dude.
think that's just some random guy.
Nah.
Right,
Yeah, I don't
like,
know.
look,
if you,
I'm not convinced.
right, because if you know, like, there's actually
Oh,
these random
look.
samurai that are like distinct fodder. It's like a
Not
real thing.
distinct
It's like,
fodder.
They
It's
have
like,
All I'm saying is, you look at
Ken from
Law's.
Street Fighter, like Ken from Street Fighter. You know him. You know what I'm talking about,
there,
right?
there it is.
If you look at Law's crew, every single one of the crew members, none of them has that hairstyle, bro. None of them. It could be a random
Hey.
samurai.
But it's
What about
not
he?
Law's crew. It's random samurai. That's what I mean. Like, there's one random samurai that has that same hairstyle. I swear to God.
I'm not so sure.
Swear to you, man.
We'll see. I don't know. I don't know what the hate for
Hawkins
Law is.
being there, Hawkins should have like an actual like. We should see Hawkins is like. Why would Oda want to hide that shit? Like, no, it's Hawkins.
Because
Show us.
make it
Like,
a
we
better
know.
reveal.
Nah.
A better reveal to, like, show him with like the little like Hawkins.
It's already been revealed, so why would you do another reveal?
Because he would show that he switched sides. That'd be a reveal. Because it would show. Because Law's been away for a couple chapters doing his own thing. He's separated from the Scabbard, so we didn't know what he was up to. So it makes sense that he was going to get Hawkins.
By the way, one thing that makes no sense to me, I guess in some sense, is that I don't understand why King, Queen, and Jack did fucking nothing.
Yeah, that's
when
what I was
the
saying.
Scabbards came in
That's
there
what I
and
was
did-
saying.
Why, like, yo, like King was quick as fuck to hop in with Big Mom when
Yep.
she was inbound. When the Scabbards come in there and Kaido's attacking, he's yelling, ah! King is just fucking
Nowhere to be
throwing his thumbs,
found.
like, yo,
And the thing is, like, Queen, we had a
He's
gag
trying
with
to find
Queen.
his sword, King.
no, please.
We had a
spare me.
gag with
Trying
Queen
to-
this
Yo,
chapter.
flaming pigs. I'm
It
tired of
fell
that
on the
sword
floor.
bullshit.
There was a raid. It got kicked around. Just he's trying to find it, man.
What, get a fucking pistol, shoot his hand again? Oh my god, my sword.
That's you realize how strong that pistol is? That's the strongest non-flashback pistol we've seen in the series. Okay. Well, obviously, flashback pistols are
Hey,
better than count.
hey, man.
Yeah, there we go. Exactly. Remember that shit, yeah.
Flashback pistols are
It's
absolutely
about Ben
monstrous,
Beckman's,
man.
better than Ben Beckman's pistol, apparently.
Ben Beckman's
True.
probably wasn't even loaded, dude. That's why
Ooh,
Ben Beckman.
Ben Beckman.
Bro, you got Kizaru shook. Stop it.
The best.
Stop it.
But now I think about it too, like I think what could happen now is that maybe Luffy does fight against Jack because he said that he would before, so maybe he will.
We're gonna beat the shit out of Jack.
Yeah.
That should
He,
be.
he needs to get. He needs to get stalled.
That should be a
so
mid diff.
something-
That should be a mid diff minimum.
Mid diff, really?
Mid-diff.
Yeah, Jack's kinda
mid
scrub.
diff.
I mean, are we sure against that after Luffy acquired Gear 4 for
I'm
Ulti?
telling you, if he's learned the Ryou where you can actually punish the innards of a combatant, he should be mid diffing Jack.
Yeah, but Luffy
minimum.
needed Gear 4 for Ulti. Ulti.
Okay, but he didn't go Gear 4. What if he one shot
Because
Ulti
of-
in Gear 4? What if he one shot?
But he still needed Gear 4 for Ulti.
But my question is, what if he one shot him? Then you don't know how far that can go.
Wait, okay, hold on. Is a Gear 4 automatically a mid diff? Like a mid diff to me is like I don't need Gear 4.
Gear 4's weird though, King, because it's so powerful.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, but I mean, like,
There's just a
like
time
a
limit
mid
and then.
difficulty fight. I mean, like, would Gear 4 be like? I think high diffs are Gear 4 and so on.
Well,
But
it-
not necessarily.
No.
It depends
Yeah,
on what you consider as a
well,
mid
if
diff.
we-
What do you consider as a mid diff? Like what?
King, if Luffy goes Gear 4 and one shot someone, how is that high diff?
I think like Hody Jones was a mid diff
I mean,
because of the steroids. But
Cody Jones is a mid diff.
it was because of the steroids.
Mid-diff from the perspective
I'm back. I got a
that
phone call.
He was just around for a while.
Yeah,
I
okay,
guess.
fair. Yeah, from that perspective, fair enough. Fine. For Luffy, a mid diff now, I would think would be.
Hello.
Would you consider what's it called?
No,
Fuck. I had it in my head.
It's kind of weird now because I'm not too sure. Okay, I guess maybe like someone like.
Which kind of Virgo versus Smoker? Would you consider that a mid diff?
Oh shit! Well, I mean, Virgo won that fight though.
That's what I'm saying. So would you consider Virgo mid diffing Smoker? Would you consider that a mid diff?
I guess maybe because the moment Virgo used full body, Smoker's like holy shit.
Would you consider a Zoro beating Sanji mid diff?
Never. Extremely high diff, and in fact, Sanji could even win.
I agree.
There we go.
I hate it. I hate you all.
Yep. You're welcome.
That was some
You're
good. That was some good.
Especially
bait.
with the race suit. Yeah. Yep.
Okay, let's think of. Okay, let's say, hypothetically speaking, if Shanks fought against Fujitora, it's mid-diff.
What?
Wow. Wow. I just came back to that.
That's aggressive.
I came back to
That
that.
was aggressive.
That's what I come
Minimum,
back to.
minimum. Minimum.
That was a bit. That was a little bit aggressive.
I just,
That was aggressive.
I just want to say,
I would say low. I would say low diff, but you know me.
boy,
that's it.
yeah, a little bias. I just want to say, I noticed y'all know saw my new chair. I just put that together today. No squeaks, baby. We're back to the
Love to see it.
land of the profitable. Here.
Oh,
Look
good
at this
shit.
beautiful new chair. All right.
Oh shit.
Yeah, it took me
Donation money.
2 hours. 2 hours to fix this goddamn thing together, bro. I am not a hands-on
Shouts to Zoro
person.
and Haki. Wait, 2 hours for a chair, dog?
It was very
2 hours.
There's a lot of screws.
It's that better be an Eisen level chair.
Bro.
It better be.
He has to read the manual.
I was reading the manual. All right, there were a lot of screws, and then I misaligned it at one point. I had to take the screws out. I was like, "Fuck!" So I had to put-
Oh no.
yeah,
No,
Wrong way. You put it in the wrong
fucked it
way,
up,
didn't
dude.
you?
Yeah.
I put it in the wrong way, and then
You put the yeah.
so first I put it in the wrong way, and then I switched that up, and then secondly,
You put the
the back of the chair was like tilted to one side. I was like, I can't do it for my OCD, so I fixed it and made it nice and symmetrical. So
Okay.
we
you put the arms on the wrong sides and then have to take them off.
Oh no! I just put the seat portion backwards. That's all it was. It wasn't too crazy. But
Isn't there like a sticker saying back on it?
there was,
No, I
but
don't-
I
I
didn't
don't
see
think
it
so.
at the time. Okay.
There was.
Was? Okay.
Yeah, I just put a chair together the other week.
Okay. Well, it said front, not back, but yeah, I completely missed that when I was.
Yeah.
It wasn't written in Italian, so you couldn't understand.
Exactly. Although I don't speak or write Italian or read
didn't-
Italian, but yeah.
It didn't have meatball sauce on it, so it didn't say.
It wasn't IKEA, so it was a little difficult, all right? This is this is
Ugh. Okay.
a little difficult.
That sounds a lot.
No, this is not a
Fucking
bad.
IKEA.
This is not an IKEA chair.
no.
This
No,
is
thank you.
decent quality.
So
chair.
is Oda gonna go? Is Oda gonna go hype with Sulong or gag for
He's-
Neko?
he's-
Well,
Go
it
hype
depends,
shit.
depends what you mean by hype. They're gonna look
Well,
cool.
Carrot
See-
turning. Carrot
Well,
Sulong
listen,
was
okay,
hype. I
well,
don't think there was a
yeah,
gag in
that's
that.
I understand, but look,
Carrot went too long, and the only thing she did was steal a steering wheel and then pass out.
but to great effect though.
You could do
It's
the
a great
same
effect.
thing.
Like the act of stealing the steering wheel wasn't crazy, but like it worked out very well for them based on what she did.
Yeah.
It was the speed blitz that was impressive.
That machine interaction probably gonna go too long, go like meow and growl and just like run around. Probably gonna do a few cool looking attacks, send Kaido flying, not gonna do much damage.
But the,
Well, yeah, like combo
the
attacks.
question is,
exactly,
this is
yeah,
gonna go
yeah,
one of
yeah,
this is gonna go one of
yeah,
two ways. One of two ways. Either Nekomamushi and Rashi are impressive, and people are gonna complain that Kaido is weak, or the opposite's gonna happen. It's not impressive enough, and people are gonna complain that this is a waste of time and that Sulong was a disappointment after all the build-up. There's no one's gonna be happy. No one's gonna be happy after the next chapter.
I'll be happy.
There's
Sure.
no way to balance it in a way that keeps everyone happy. I just don't see how you do it.
Look at.
Because if Kaido
No
takes
one is doing no one right now is doing the same amount of damage to Kyle that Odin did to him years ago. Not until Luffy gets there, maybe even because you probably put mini Luffy, Kid, Law, and like a group for that shit.
right.
Potential.
How would you feel if Nekomamushi did do the same amount of damage though?
That's cat.
In Sulong.
Like
That's
another
insane.
I don't care what form he's in, dude.
But like, what?
Nekomamushi.
Yeah. That's insane.
Neko, guys,
Is he
come on,
gonna
like
use that gun? It's gonna do that.
The
do actual
gun?
damage?
Sulong gun,
But how
baby.
much of a boost is Sulong? It's like how much? It's a massive boost. Like,
It's a big
and
boost.
Sulong and
Oh man.
Neko and 81 jokes.
Yeah, but
Commander.
Kaido took like
I don't
no
know how
damage.
high they got.
But think
Kaido
about
got
it.
wounded and recovered like almost like after like a few minutes.
Yes, but think about it. They're commander level pre-Sulong. So imagine what they are Sulong.
What about ultimate
Admiral
Mink
level?
lightning
Oh, Admiral
strike
level. Oh,
with
shit.
with
Okay.
the entire tribe?
Commander level, if they're Sulong, I feel like not commander. I mean admiral level if they're Sulong. That's pretty aggressive.
But it's Kaido.
Jay, you need to stop.
What guys? What about
was that?
entire Mink tribe lightning strike combo attack?
Okay.
What does that do?
Nothing.
Nothing.
And then gets deflected by NL. You know,
Yes, I was about to say. My boy.
I'm ready.
Yo.
I'm ready.
I'm saying that.
I'm looking forward to Enel getting one shot by Luffy again.
Enel's gonna come in there so fucking high. That's gonna be jarring.
He's not even.
Like-
He's not gonna fight again. Doesn't matter.
He's gonna low diff Zoro and then leave again.
Why? Why?
Yeah.
Like Sanji didn't get low diff too. Like
I
stop.
don't give a fuck, guys.
Sanji got low diff
stealth
too.
mode. He's already gone, dog. Yo, man, he already.
What is
gone.
Sanji doing, by the way?
looking forward-
Where is Sanji, by the
Yeah,
way?
but-
Looking for
but he didn't
prostitutes?
actually try to fight him.
Where is
He didn't
Sanji?
actually try to fight him.
Where is Sanji? Looking for
True.
prostitutes? What are you doing? Where,
No,
the,
he's
where are
looking
those
for
prostitutes?
A button to hit or a lever.
A lever to pull.
Listen.
Sanji
Yeah,
is fighting the Marines as
Yeah,
we
yeah.
speak.
Yeah.
Just because
He's gonna put it.
just because Zoro is asexual doesn't mean you have to slander Sanji. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's nothing wrong with that.
Bro,
God damn.
There's nothing wrong with that.
The love for the katana.
bro.
Do you guys think that our battleship ever gonna turn up from the Navy?
That's at the end of the arc.
All the
I
way
don't know,
back in Act 1?
because like now that the fucking shadow in the water was actually Peril Sparrow, it's like, like it just
Yeah, I was not
dwindles
expecting
down.
that to actually be Parasparrow. I thought that was like a subterfuge. Oda's gonna have like at least something else, but it actually was. I was like, oh,
Nah, man, Peril Sparrow. Like I was really hoping that it would be like ships, you know, like in cloak, like underwater, like you know, kind of getting there. Maybe the Grand Fleet, maybe the Marines, without knows, but no, it was Peril Sparrow. Just you know, candy,
But it seems like they're
That was all
allies.
candy.
now he's teamed up with Marco.
Yeah.
which is fucking like insane.
That
Like,
was so random, dude. I was like,
so random, but I'm all
Is
for
it-
that shit, dude. I'm all for
is
that
it-
shit.
well, now
Is
that,
it
now
really-
it's making me think that Big Mom's gonna betray Kaido.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah.
Now we're thinking. You know,
They're
But is
teamed
it-
up. I'm like, well, what's the end goal? What does this accomplish?
Is it really a team up, or is it they're just racing towards the same goal? Is to get to the
Well, they're flying
the
right
ring.
next to each other.
okay, and maybe they're not focused on each other. Like,
Well,
oh, I gotta
why-
get to
why
Big
would-
Mom as soon as possible.
Nah. They're
What
both
would
facing
Marco-
the same
like,
direction.
Why would Marco just not beat his ass?
Well, my
Yeah.
question is, why would Marco beat his ass? What beef do the
Kenny,
White Bear Pirates have?
or even
He
Kenny.
kicked the ship off the waterfall. Why did he do
So?
that?
Yeah.
Okay, so then why would Parasparrow not fight him instead? Because Marco's just like,
Because
I'm
they're
fine.
allies.
They
They're
probably
allies.
made some kind of deal.
Yeah, they made a deal.
I
Because
disagree.
Sparrow does not
Well,
want this
okay,
deal.
Jay, in your
Sparrow
scenario-
does not
in your
want this
scenario,
alliance.
What happened?
Let's not-
They
let's not
started-
forget
In my scenario, right? Marco says, "Oh, it's Parasparrow. I don't have time for you. I need to catch up with the Scabbards." Marco's like, "Oh, I gotta catch up to Mama. I don't have time for you." And they just race towards their same goal.
So Marco went all the way back into the water to say, "I don't got time for you."
little gap of logic.
All right. All right.
I can see it happening. I'm just saying, it's One Piece, you know.
They made a deal probably because probably Marco couldn't defeat Parasparrow at that
Yeah,
point.
Parasparrow does not like this
Marco
alliance.
not being able to defeat.
Like, keep on.
Nah, man. Nah.
Like,
man.
so
Parasparrow
you-
can't-
Big Mom did this alliance without
Arguing
Marco.
Parasparrow is first commander
Parasparrow
level.
Marco had a clash,
Without-
and then
Stop.
Yeah.
you know, okay, yeah, that. What do you mean?
We're going
First
too
son
far.
of the Big Mom Pirates, man.
First son,
First
okay.
son, my nigga. Perorin.
He's
Exactly.
got, yeah, Parasparrow's got he's got Rio on his tongue. That's what
Yeah.
it is.
And by the way, and as a result of all this shit, once again, Smoothie gets fucking shafted. Once again.
Yeah, where is
Like,
Smoothie?
wow.
That's a good
Okay, now.
Definitely happening. That's guaranteed, King.
point. Fraudy.
Like unbelievable, bro.
Big
Like
fraud.
all the nice theories of Smoothie and Zoro actually having a fight, and then that being a hard for
All
Zoro
cap.
because she's a woman, and then she's a swordsman,
Wait,
a powerful
whoa.
swordswoman, and then
Whoa.
nope.
Smoothie?
Huge cap.
Stop it. No one takes Smoothie seriously, bro.
Smoothie.
Smoothie.
Big
But
O.
why?
Because she's a joke since I mean
She's
come on,
second division. She's second
bro.
commander.
I know, but Oda has
name,
just
King.
completely forgot about her.
Unfortunately,
It's terrible. Legitimately.
like
He
Smoothie,
didn't forget about it.
like
He
like
knows what
it
he's
is.
doing.
Like Big Mom is the only bitch in the entire show that's actually credible on most fronts.
Hancock.
And even
Hancock.
still,
Hancock.
it's like no, what? No,
Hancock.
Hancock
Hancock, bro.
has phenomenal power, but she doesn't command the same fear and power. Like, listen, in theory, Smoothie is stronger than Hancock is. So I don't give a shit.
Theory? I don't want to hear theories. All right.
I mean, in theory, it's uncertain.
King, we know about your theories, all right?
They're amazing.
They're a bit shaky.
Is Kiki a man or woman? Exactly.
Oda put that in because he saw your video, right? There was no prediction.
You actually
Yeah.
predicted that? All right.
Bro, I
you
told
get
you.
respect. You get respect.
I
for that.
told you.
Really quickly, I gotta go through a couple super chats.
Yeah, man.
I would do it towards the end, but
Good.
I got things to do at the end. So ABCD again. Thank you for another super chat. He said the Elbaf being Zunisha-like arc is a missed opportunity by Oda. Do you all agree? What do you mean, like?
No.
Elbaf being a Zunisha. Wait, you mean
Elbaf
like
being
Zoe
a-
as in
Yeah,
transition?
Zoe-like arc.
Or do you mean
Like,
length?
Or do you mean like literally
how
like
is there a missed
Elbaf
opportunity
is
if we
like
haven't been there
Zunisha?
yet?
That's what I'm saying. I think does he mean like
I think yeah.
like actually
I think
like
he's
the
saying,
elephants?
Like, I want. Yeah, I think he wants like 100 chapter battle arc, which I don't think Elbaf was ever supposed
Correct
to
me
be.
if I'm wrong. I
to be
think what he
fair.
actually
Is that what
means.
he's
I think
saying
what
with
he
that?
actually means is like the actual island itself of Elbaf is like Zunisha, where it's an elephant, as opposed to being Zoe.
Oh,
But like where it's like a living creature or something?
Right.
Is that a missed
did he say?
opportunity? What? I don't know of any.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Yeah,
It was a
yeah.
little
Stuff
unclear
like
based
that.
on the comment, but that's how I'm interpreting it. I don't know. Either way, thank you for the
Alright,
super
make
chat.
it more
Well, ask the gentleman for some clarification.
Yeah,
Who
put in
is
the
he?
chat. I'm reading the chat. So, and thank you.
A B C D E F G H I J.
Creative name. Good fighting. Thank you for the $5 super chat. Anel's gonna get blown up when Kaido blows up half the moon. Bro, nah. He's
Nope.
Nah, stop it. He'll be-
Come in there, L Thor dog. Yeah, yo, man.
This moon theory is the same level as Zoro killing Kaido theory.
Bro, the moon
Nah, bro.
theory is so fucking fun. Yeah, man. That shit would be phenomenal. That'd be godlike, bro.
I wanna.
Kaido blast breath.
I just,
Like, yo,
all I'm
take
saying
a king
is,
of
It makes no sense and would break the verse. Stop.
No, it
it's not
wouldn't.
good.
Danshin just with an entire continent and he's weaker than Prime Guard.
It was not an entire continent.
It's a moon. It's
But it
the
It
moon.
could be a small moon.
Literally, like, grab. Whitebeard could tilt set.
But King, it wasn't an
ocean, my
actual
nigga.
continent. That was like a lake.
No, it wasn't a lake.
It wasn't a
King,
continent.
you know.
It's safe in the
all about
lore.
sizes
Continent.
and
Yeah,
In the
You know
lore.
how big a continent is, King?
I know, but a continent
It
is my
wasn't a
dude.
continent.
Continent.
No.
What's the definition of a continent?
We didn't see how far it went. Continent. It literally says
It was.
he
It
put
was
the
like.
entire
It was
continent.
like. It was like down the street. It's like some part of Florida that he cracked open, dude. Like, come on, it wasn't a continent.
Some part of Florida. What the?
It was
No.
not.
Oh, he said, I listened to Florida. I'm like, Florida? What?
Yeah, bro. It's like that
Florida
Bugs
away
Bunny
from
meme where they cuts away Florida. That was Don Shinjao, bro. That's what it was.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I mean, it was strong, but let's not get crazy.
Apparently, all continent means is mainland. It doesn't indicate size.
There you go.
Well, why is
So-
everything? Well, I guess whatever. But what separates it like an island from a continent then?
Yeah, I was about to say.
Well, an island shouldn't be a continent by
But
definition.
if it's
but,
one part of
you know.
land that's continuous, that is part of like a mainland or someplace,
Yeah.
how is that not a continent?
If it's surrounded by water,
Why
yeah.
are continents only
And that's just size.
absolutely,
I mean, yeah, no, it's just
huge,
size, really.
huge sizes? Why are continents big?
Yeah.
It's like I remember seeing before, like when people were like scaling One Piece shit, like because in the past they had said that like Alabasta was like the size of Australia or some shit like that. I'm like, whoa, okay. Because like I remember like there was,
That's not
no,
true.
because like there was one river in Alabasta that like they were crossing it on the crab, and then Usopp said it was like 150 kilometers wide or some shit like that. I'm like, oh, and then so people.
Do you know how fast I'd have to be traveling to cross Alabasta if it's the size of
That's a
Australia?
fast ass crab, dog.
I mean, yeah, it's real fast.
Fast ass crab.
The
Well,
fast as a
yeah,
plane.
was
maybe.
the question is,
The size
was
of the
Don
islands are not as
Shinjao
consistent as Oda's
was Don
giant
Shinjao's
character.
attack strong enough to take out Australia? That's a question because it's the smallest continent. So
Well, I mean, look. Okay, so like we know that Garp had a train against fucking like well he pulverized like, I think it was like 8 mountains or some shit
yeah, but
to train with
Right.
Don Shinjao. So I guess his head equals 8 mountains. Whatever the fuck that means, right? Whatever the fuck that means,
Less
right?
than that.
Fucking this guy
Oh my
Gecko Moria
God.
punched an island to pieces. Okay, fine.
And people listen to this man
What?
about hockey.
I'm just telling you what. Listen,
he's
dude,
talking about
bro,
he's talking about God
Bro,
and
bro,
people in
I'm
continents
just
with
telling you what it
mountains.
says in
What
the
are you talking
actual
about?
fucking story. And what the story.
Facts of the manga.
Look,
Yeah.
okay, hold on. Did Gecko Moria punch down into pieces? Yes or no?
Punch what? A
Yeah.
bark. Yeah.
All right, what the fuck, my nigga?
How big's the bark?
It's an island.
Eh. How big is it though? It's not that
I
big.
mean, are we gonna go by small islands, large islands,
Come
like
on,
extra
dude.
large islands? Like, I mean, I don't know. Like, dude, like, come, like, yeah, it's a huge
Yeah.
no, but I mean,
So there's no point doing this scale because it's unscalable.
It's not unscalable because we have a scale for it. But where it actually fits is hard to find. It's figure it out.
Jesus
I mean,
Christ.
like, it is what it is, dog. Like, you can say, okay, well, like, that punch can equal, like, a fucking, I don't know, a city or a mountain range. Like, it depends on you.
King. Kaido blowing up a portion of the moon. It's ridiculous.
I'm ready, dog.
Well, the thing is, technically, to destroy a moon, you don't necessarily need to like blow up the entirety of it to destroy it, right? You just got to hit a vital point that causes a chain reaction, which destroys it. So
What? No, it's hollow.
Stop.
Hollow and it has a reaction.
That's some Naruto bullshit. Wait a minute, time out. Why? Okay, hold on. When Sengoku says Whitebeard has the power to destroy the world, what does that mean in your opinion?
It's like shifting earthquakes to rattle the world,
If you give him
tsunamis,
enough time
natural
and no
disaster.
one ever interferes with him, he could cause irreversible damage to the world.
He's not
It's
blowing
not,
up
it's
the
not one
planet.
attack. It's not like a jigsaw puzzle where you can just like flip his arm and like half of the planet goes in the other direction.
No,
Was it like?
But, I mean,
Wasn't that Whitebeard tsunami going for days? After he
I
did
mean,
it?
actually, well, there's a few things, but it's like when Whitebeard did the fucking tilt shit, it's like even people in Archipelago, there was a tsunami warning where they were too. So it's like what he did affected other islands like that were like nearby. So that tsunami was gone for days. And then I even think that I even think that like in some maybe it was the because I need to read it again, but I think after the war was over, there were some people in other parts of the world that noted that they were feeling tremors, and then they stopped.
I wouldn't be surprised. I wouldn't be surprised if Whitebeard could like cause a tsunami that like destroys a bunch of islands or a number of the world, number of islands in the world.
Yeah, but that's because his ability. He's like shifting tectonic plates. Kaido it's a energy beam. It's completely different.
Yo, he's Pierce Whitebeard. He has to match.
Though, to be fair,
I don't know what this meme is, King. I don't know if you're.
He has to match.
You're wild, bro.
Yo, bro, listen, I'm not against it. I'm not against it by any measure. Like, fuck it. Like, if that happens, like, oh shit, fuck it, dude.
Yeah, I gotta admit, the clouds theory is much better. The clouds theory is much better. Just block it out.
Of course, it's much better. Of course, it's much better. But if Kaido goes to the moon, I am so not against it. Like, fuck it. Hell yeah.
I'll be honest. If it happens, I'll be hype. I'm not gonna be over analyzing. Like, oh my god.
Oh, that's what I'm saying.
I'm gonna be hype.
That'd be the most hype shit
hype.
ever. Like, what the fuck, Kaido?
You tell me you want to get hype.
Is the Holdo maneuver hype?
Is the what hype?
But it's one of the
No.
most
That is just stupid.
Yeah.
That is just
The
stupid.
Holdo, it's the same thing.
No, it's stupid. It's
the
not
same
the
thing.
same
Okay.
thing. Because if the Holdo maneuver was a thing, then people would have been using it for like years and years and years when it comes to fighting against the Empire. They would have all of a sudden they wouldn't have thought about it then. Like, oh no, I'm gonna go ahead and do a suicide, thing and kill a million ships.
You just start asking questions like, why doesn't Kaido just blow up Totland with his moon level blast?
Because Big Mom can deflect that shit.
All right.
Why doesn't he just blow up all of the moons?
Why
maybe
would he?
Because only
what
one
benefit
moon left
would it be?
Because they all destroyed in the past.
What benefit?
7 moons.
What benefit
But
would
maybe
it be?
they all destroyed in the past.
Why?
And that's what we want.
Why does he need? Why does he need a massive army and Big Mom?
It causes basically planet.
Because maybe Emu's that powerful.
Because the thing is, like, if you can do an attack that can blow up the moon,
cartoon level
like
I'm giving you reasons, dog. I'm giving you reasons.
Dude, let's just stop talking about planetary destruction, dude. Let's just stop.
We're getting into the final arc of the final stretch of One Piece.
If you destroy the moon, it's almost planetary.
It depends how big the planet is, how big the moon is.
Oh God.
All right, enough about this. Enough about this. I got a super chat. Really quickly, Victor Miller's got a great question. He wants to know, like, now that the theme of Wano you're seeing a lot of is betrayal with Kaido and what he said. Do you guys feel like someone will ultimately betray someone else in the end? Like one of the alliance will, like Law or someone will betray someone?
Or like someone else?
Yeah,
Well,
there'll be a betrayal.
it'd be
Kaido
nice.
said you can't trust
Yeah.
pirates, basically, essentially. They always betray each other.
Yeah,
so.
the only one that would one that would even matter would just Kid's not even a part of the alliance. He's literally just there.
All Kaido talks about is
The
how
only person that's
he'll
a
be
part of the
betrayed.
alliance. It's a 3-faction alliance.
I will say, I think Kaido talking about betrayal is more of a
hint.
hint of his own past more than it is a foreshadowing of something in the future.
I mean,
but you never know.
It's
Could be.
possible. If Oda wanted to,
Well, the whole Big Mom deal
outside of
is
Wano, then he could do it. But we'll see.
The whole deal with Big Mom is to destroy the world and then fight over what's left. It's not to like be in alliance forever.
True.
So like I don't know if they're gonna It, what the what are we doing with Big Mom? Does anyone still have the answer?
Maybe,
Or is
I
just
mean,
gonna
she
get
might
beaten
she
by
might have
Luffy?
something to do
Like,
with
watch out.
with
She'll beat
hold on.
herself, Big Mom.
We still have the Madame Shirley prediction with Whole Cake, with Fishman Island rather. That still has to be brought into fruition. Maybe she plays a role in that. That's the only thing I can think of. Other than that, just get away from my
Yeah,
screen.
but I'm talking about now.
Big
though.
Mom,
Like,
Luffy,
right now.
1-on-1 after Kaido's defeated. Let's do it.
She might betray Kaido. I wouldn't be surprised.
In Elbaf.
No, in Wano.
Yeah, but why isn't she involved in the Kaido fight? Like,
That's kind of the
stalling
point,
her
isn't
out?
it? Big Mom's just kind of there. Yeah, that's kind of the point, dog. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
It's like literally
like,
Kaido
who's stalling
fell.
her out?
Literally Kaido fell. And then Big Mom's like, yo, what the fuck is this idiot doing? Like, is he dead? Like, yeah, Big Mom was just
She
like
didn't care.
chilling.
She
Like,
didn't care.
mum.
She didn't care.
Like, yo, like, whatever, man. Like, fuck this nigga, right? Like, yo, Luffy, like, fuck you, dude. Fuck you. But I feel like, because, like even Luffy was like, Big Mom, I don't have time for you. It's like, what? It's like, she's just here. Like, damn, bro.
Right.
Listen, like, the last thing I want to see, I mean, so my biggest fear right now is that, let's say that the Mink are actually successful in gravely wounding Kaido, right?
Okay.
That means that Kaido's soft as fuck coming into like the final battle. Like, he's softer, which is annoying. Because I hate it when because like, I'm
He's gonna
tired.
get nerfed somehow.
No,
Yes.
I'm tired.
King.
I'm tired.
Come on.
Wait, I'm tired. Nigga
I'm
tired
tired.
of fucking Luffy having Luffy having. You make me even more tired, Drizzt. Shit.
No, I mean, I agree with you, dude. I
Jesus.
do.
Good.
Luffy, Katakuri, Ashes across the board,
Right.
Cracker across the board, Doffy across. It's like, wait a minute. At what point can we look at Luffy and say, this guy is
Cole.
He's Yonko level,
Cole.
he's Admiral level, or like
Cole.
he can fight against someone like Shanks.
Cole. We
and
all knew this
stand
wasn't going to be the
toe-to-toe on
arc.
that
We
level.
all
Like,
knew
what the
this wasn't going to be the arc where
At the
Luffy
end-
was going to fight against Kaido one-on-one. It wasn't going to happen this arc. Come on, we all knew this. He's not doing it. He was going to have help. There was no way he was taking down
I
Kaido.
agree.
The moment he got
would need more if
one-shotted,
he fought
the
him
moment he got
one-on-one.
one-shotted, we all
I don't know, like,
recognized
like,
the...
so like,
Yeah, go ahead.
because like the Ryou thing, it makes it's more damage, yes, and he can do more damage to Kaido, absolutely fine. But when you think about, okay, Big Mom, when she talks to Luffy and says, "There's no way that you can beat that thing," was Ryou literally the pinnacle answer? Oh, because you don't have any Ryou?
But if
I mean,
he's...
you don't have
but-
that level
It
of
can't,
Haki?
it can't
Like,
be
what?
that easy.
It can't
Yeah,
be...
but I said, like, there's no way it can be that
Well, the
easy.
thing is, if Luffy
Like,
was fighting
after
Kaido
all the
one-on-one...
lore of,
Yeah.
Okay, he was captured by Marines and other Yonko who you'd easily assume have this level of Haki.
Because he probably
We
got
know
ganged
what
up
that level
on.
of Haki
Ganged
is,
up
you know?
on. That's the-
Part of
look,
that is also just probably just revisionist history and cap.
You,
No, there's no way. There's no way, man. That's
Can't.
Oh, you
On
make that
a
history, dude.
logical level,
Ugh.
is there any way that Yonko admirals and the world government actually can't kill him when he was easily injured by Odin?
But was he killable by Odin? And not easily.
What?
Okay,
We'll ignore the details. Yes, he's killable. If he was able to get hurt that bad, he's obviously killable.
I'm not too sure, bro. I'm really not. Because, again, if Kaido wants to die, and he wants to die so badly, there are, if we're saying this right, then there are people across the board. Shit, he go to Big Mom's territory solo and just die. But how come he never does that?
Well,
If he-
but King, that's also never been brought up again in the story since it was first introduced.
Right.
True, but I mean listen, that's true.
He
That
seems
literally
to be a great war now.
that is so
Like
much
he
of
wants
a,
to make
no
Right.
to change
Right.
that aspect of Kaido's character makes absolutely no sense, and
I agree with
it
you,
is
but
fundamentally
my
flawed
thing
from a
is that
writing standpoint.
We don't know why. Will it ever
But it's
even
not
be
really-
explained?
the
We
first-
don't know.
It has to be.
But the first time we saw him,
I
he
have
was
to believe
he
that. I
was
have to believe that.
complaining that the world's boring and that he wants a great war. It's
Right.
not completely different.
bro, like even in the anime,
he still
Kaido-
wanted a great
but in
war.
the anime, where Kaido
Understand,
turns
like,
into a dragon,
he jumped off of a sky island attempting to kill
right?
himself.
Right, exactly.
Well,
Exactly. Like,
If
look,
he cared
like,
about the war that much, why would he do that?
because maybe it's how he wants to die,
Well,
rather than him just dying.
a lot of people theorize now because now that we know
But
that
was
Apu...
was that
Hold
a
on.
stealth mission by Apu?
That's what I was going to say. Now that we know that Apu was, obviously
Apu.
working for Kaido. Apu was working for Kaido. It could be that Apu told Kaido where this meeting was going to happen, and Kaido just wanted to infiltrate the meeting. And why not? What a better way to do it than jump from an island right above the meeting place? You know what I mean? So it was two birds, one stone kind of thing.
But why? I mean,
No.
that brings up more questions.
No,
Why
'cause
did
his
Kaido-
text-
why did Kaido care enough to go there?
Right, no, dude.
To take down
his
Kid?
own dialogue. No. His own dialogue goes against that, where he literally says, like, "I fucking survived again. That's a pain in the fucking
Right.
ass." Like Wiper did it. Like Wiper could die. Like why can't I? You know, like some shit like that. I mean, dude, like even
Maybe-
even in anime, when he transforms into a dragon for the first time, he literally starts that shove like living is a pain in the ass. He literally says that living is a pain in the ass. I don't want to be here, dog. And then he transforms into a dragon.
And he
can't
keeps on
die.
drink and he cries all the time
Right.
and has
Yeah,
wild
he's
moods.
he's
worst
getting
case
depressed. He got
thing is
depression.
That
Yeah,
is just a drunken persona.
he's massively depressed.
Does Kaido
That would
She
be
was
awful.
okay.
Does
Was he
Kaido
drunk
even,
when he went up to the Sky Island to try and
We
commit
don't know.
suicide?
Could be.
maybe?
Yeah.
Dude, that's fucking bullshit.
But King, you have to
It
admit,
seems
if
like
the
he's drunk
possibility is there
24/7.
that Oda just made that up.
Come on, bro.
Look,
even the narration.
just because-
of,
look,
like
Cole,
don't kill
Cole,
this guy, and he wants
just
to,
because-
is that
look,
made
Cole,
up too?
just because
Like,
someone
are-
is-
are-
just because
are all these
someone-
changes
guys.
Part of it's probably
Just because
King, there is the ability that everything we have been told in the series is a lie.
Kaido
Until-
is suicidal doesn't mean he wants to kill himself every day, right?
Yeah, fair enough. I understand that, but it's like what Drizzt is saying is
wa-
that like the actual scale of revisionist history is so great just to make things quote unquote make sense when the Kaido defeat at some point by Luffy and company later on. It's like no,
I get you.
It's like you can write it in a way where you can have Kaido have this unique property to where it's backed up by all things I said prior to that. And then in the flashback 20 years ago, you can make again. There's like a 7 or 8 year gap from when Odin dies to I think real time. I mean, even in the fucking in the Ace Light novel, it is noted that Kaido is somewhat unkillable. It's like wait a minute.
With volume 2 English out officially yet?
I
Or
don't
is
know.
it
I don't think
volume
so.
1
No.
only in English?
I don't
Because
think
I think, yeah, I would wait on all
Fair
that
enough,
volume
fair
2
enough,
stuff.
fair enough,
King.
fair enough.
No,
But I'm just
King,
saying, it's
King,
like,
no,
yo,
what I'm
like,
saying
are we
is I
I was
agree
gonna
with you
to
with
this point
that.
now?
If it was good writing, all those things should be explained. What I'm saying is that there's the possibility that some of those things Oda just says like, okay, I don't have the time to explore this. Boom, quick answer.
Also, we still
the main
it's like
bad guy?
Kaido's motivation. Kaido's motivation and like personality still
Yes.
unclear
Right.
a little bit. Like I expect a villain flashback at some point. We always get it. I
Oh, we're
wouldn't
definitely getting it
not
soon.
see us.
They
not
hinted
getting
at it
here.
last chapter, talking about betrayal.
Maybe that clears things up.
Yeah. But, I mean,
Yeah.
if anything about Kaido's
I
clear,
imagine we'll get that'll clear things up.
right? If anything about Kaido is clear, it's that he
Because-
doesn't want to die just like regular, just like kill himself in a boring way. He wants to do something grand to make it a whole like show. That's why
Although
he was
did
so
try to kill
envious.
himself in a boring way.
That he didn't really. I doubt he really actually thought he was
I
gonna
mean,
kill
it
him.
was definitely an attempt.
Maybe in his mind, that's a great thing, jumping off
Right.
a Sky Island.
But, like,
And there are
Yeah.
witnesses.
There,
and-
there are ways Oda
my
can just
point
throw
is-
in arbitrary explanations.
My point is,
Yeah.
he envied Whitebeard because he died in the most grand way possible, fighting a massive war against the Marines, where everyone was watching. That's
Which, if that's his,
Yeah.
which is that's his goal. How did Shanks stop him from going to Marineford? Like, why would he not go at all costs if that was his goal?
You don't know
to
what
fight
we
in
don't
that
know about
war?
their
Maybe
meeting.
he's sobered
Like,
up, man.
there's so many questions about his character. And the thing is with Kaido, he's kind of morphed into like a weird honorable fighter in the
He's
last
always
30
been that
chapters.
way, my nigga. He's
Kinda-
always 100 honors. He's always
always.
been that way.
I don't. Dude, it's been like that the last 30
Honor.
chapters. I don't know if it's always been like that.
He
I mean,
respects
last
strength.
40, 50 chapters, bro. Like, we had assumptions based
But-
on Kaido because Kaido was a drunk and he had these crazy ass henchmen.
Right.
But
he
Kaido
has-
himself,
he has
and then
plague-
also a lot of the problems,
He has
a lot of issues that folks have with Kaido are actually Orochi, not Kaido. So Kaido, because Orochi's like the schemer and like doing all these like wicked plots and so on. Kaido was just kind of chilling, dog. Like, he was kind of chilling.
I don't know. One of his main henchmen uses diseases and plagues. I don't know if he's that honorable.
Yeah, but
Like, I don't know about this.
okay, yeah,
honorable
but
thing. Like-
if that's what Jack wants to do, then fuck it. That's what Jack's
He
gonna
respects
do.
strength, and that's a form of
It
strength.
could be like he only respects. Yeah, he only respects the strong.
He's
and he
Makoto.
doesn't
He's
care
got the
about
Makoto
real-
Shishio
you're
mentality.
taking
Bro, he gave Momo a way
There's a
out to
difference
escape.
between having like respect for someone and operating by an honor code. That's
Right.
Not
Yeah,
Right.
it's so unclear. I'm not even sure that's real, to be honest. Like the whole honor.
Okay,
thing.
so then
Because-
when he killed the old lady because she interfered with their fight, are you saying that's because he respected Odin rather than him having an honor system?
I mean, if he was really a man of honor, he wouldn't have hit Odin in the back of the head.
I'm not saying like a fucking like I'm not saying
Well,
like,
to be
like
fair,
he's a
we don't
goddamn knight
know.
or
Like, it was the heat of the
I'm saying
moment.
he
He
may
didn't like
have-
wait for
he-
Odin to turn his head to hit him.
But he's
He's here at the
also
moment.
he's also willing to give the Scabbards and Luffy their like honorable fight without interruption on top of the skull.
Right.
Yeah,
Look,
it's-
the
he's
entire
willing to
Mink
do that.
army.
it's not the same thing. It's like different scale. Man.
Yeah, it's
Right, right.
You can do that,
Yeah.
Like maybe it's not honor code, but he has honor. But maybe it's more so a tendency rather than a code.
Right.
I guess he just respects the strong
He
in
respects
some
strong
way.
people.
The
Maybe
Mink
that-
army?
it's not- yeah.
That his entire crew is based off of
Well,
like.
they managed to.
I mean,
to
Momo-
stop
Hold on, the
him, and they
entire
won.
crew's strength
But
is based on
Odin's-
strength. About like
But
earning your
Momo.
He
spot.
respects strength.
He does. That's
But Momo.
consistent. It's
What about
consistent.
Momo?
He was gonna spare him. He gave him a shot.
Yeah, well,
Like,
if,
you know,
if he
Yeah,
admitted that he wasn't related to the strong guy that he respected.
Yeah, fair enough. But then he would have spared him, not killed
Because he
him.
has to.
But he did anyway.
because
And then after he did
there will
that,
always be
Kaido-
revolts
And then,
if,
you know,
if he's
but, no,
alive.
but afterwards, no, like literally afterwards, like when Momo did it, he was crying. There's a small little panel where Kaido is looking at his club like, shit, like he's like, fuck, like Drew gonna like kill this kid now? Like, damn, like almost like he didn't want to do it.
And he didn't kill Momo as well. There's maybe a weird child thing with Yamato and Momo that might happen as well.
That too.
There's a lot of things that might
maybe
happen.
maybe
So
he
we-
saw
so
his
we
own
saw-
kid. Maybe he saw his own kid in Momonosuke, because she was alive at that
This-
point.
this is
also,
why-
right?
This is why
or
Wano's-
he saw himself.
Why
Ooh,
Wano's so
that's what I'm thinking.
I mean,
yeah.
my
Maybe.
theory is that, or at least my speculation is that I think
When he
Momonosuke
was
now
younger.
is very similar to how Kaido was
was
when he was
when
young.
younger. Yes, exactly. What the fuck? Yeah.
I can see
Thank
that.
you,
I can
Drizzt.
see that.
Goddamn.
I mean, that's the reason why I think he doesn't like him so much. Is that a lot of like Momonosuke's things that
It's how he was when he was
Right.
like probably
Yeah.
probably
But-
pre-Rock
but-
Spire.
I could definitely see that. Maybe that's
Right.
why he respects strength
Yeah.
so much, because he was weak in a portion of his life, and that's why. he
Which is
fought.
why I think that for Kaido, if he sees Momo turn to a dragon, that affect him in a really strong way. Like, what the fuck? Like, this kid's a dragon, just like me, like the same kind of dragon too. Like, that'll probably affect Kaido too. And
I like that.
because a lot of folks say that Momo's gonna use Conqueror's Haki, like how Dofi did and shit, and then that's gonna change Kaido's perspective of Momonosuke. But no, I think that Momonosuke just transforming into a dragon will do the same thing. Honestly.
That's really.
This
Well,
is
if
my problem with
Momonosuke
this
sees
whole-
Kaido right now, he'll transform. Because he transforms every
This
time
whole
he's a dragon.
conversation is like the problem with like
No, one
Wano at the
time, not
moment,
every
or the
time.
whole.
Well,
Wano.
it's only
The first
one
time he
time.
saw-
It's
when he saw,
vague. It's
Kaido for
intentionally
the first
vague.
time he transformed.
It's intentionally vague, so we
Yeah, but-
theorize. That's the whole point. I mean, if the author
But
just
it's
kind of
like
wrote everything
one
out for
time, like,
us,
it's not consistent to say
it makes
every
things a lot
time,
less
like-
But like
interesting.
when he sees Kaido, it reminds him of his trauma. That's what
Yeah.
causes him to unconsciously
Mhm.
transform into the dragon.
Maybe. Oh yeah, that makes sense.
But we see how the trauma was caused when he was in base form, not in dragon form. Then again, he just transformed to a dragon at some point, I think, during the flashback. I forget. If not, maybe you're right then.
All right.
Maybe you're right, because I forget
It-
exactly.
It's related.
Really quickly,
Yeah, yeah.
really quickly. I think I know you guys' answers to this, but I have another super chat from Don Island. He wants to know: imagine Luffy could use Ryou in his first battle with Drunk Kaido. What happens? He still gets beat really easily.
Yeah.
What happens? He probably
Like,
injures Kaido, but loses.
Yeah,
Yeah, he still loses.
Yeah,
because Ryou
he
doesn't
might-
improve your
like,
durability.
Luffy might be able to like.
That's the thing.
I mean, he might be able to like deflect his club now or something, but
I mean,
don't-
I think it's going to be way different.
He
But
got-
it's
he
not
got
gonna be
speed
like,
blitz.
Luffy's like giving hands to Kaido, but
Yeah.
I think he'll be able to. injure
Ryou
the-
is not
like,
going to
the
help you.
best Kaido.
Yeah, Ryo's not going to help you defend against a speed blitz. He got destroyed.
also like you have to take into effect that he's also trading, so all his stats also increase. It's not
True.
Yeah,
just
of course.
But that didn't really help
Okay.
against.
Like,
He still
all the
got caught
stats-
by ulti though. That kind of he got caught by ulti though. And
Well, I think it will be something, at least in my opinion. I think it'll be something similar to like how it went down with Crocodile in the second fight, where like he was able to throw in a couple punches, surprise Crocodile, but then like lost anyway, and then came back. And then got
Yeah,
caught.
but in the case of Crocodile lost. Well, he won. Okay, yeah, Luffy got arrogant, and then he got caught by Crocodile. I think it was like his hand or some shit like that. But in the case of like Kaido, I think Kaido would be surprised. But like ultimately speaking, I think that even like Luffy should go like all out with like his new abilities. I think, and then he'll still probably lose, and then he'll probably team with Kid and Law and so on.
Yeah, he'll
for, like,
probably
the final
lose, and then
fight.
like Kaido will get distracted by some other party or something else, and Luffy will get like saved or
Right.
Yeah,
whatever.
Law does grab a knife or something, and then
Yeah,
Luffy
or
comes back.
whatever
or
happens.
whatever.
Maybe like Marco shows up or something. I don't know.
Hawkins is gonna bring out the card, bro. That card is coming out.
But it's gonna be so fucking annoying if Kaido comes into that situation already gravely wounded by the minks. Like, what the fuck, really?
Well,
Gravely wounded?
I don't think they're going to greatly wound him.
Gravely is strong, too strong. No way, he gets
They'll
gravely
do-
wounded.
They'll do,
I
they'll
think
do
they'll
something.
wear
They're
him
not
down a
gonna
little bit.
gravely
Maybe like
injure.
they'll scuff him up to the point where it's like, oh man, they did good against Kaido, but it's not going to be like anything significant.
Right.
I hope so.
It's gonna be
I mean,
hard.
I don't know.
It's gonna be hard for Oda to maintain the balance of like not making Kaido too weak looking and not making the Minks too weak looking at the same time.
Yeah, I mean,
What's
Otis has a pretty big task ahead of him just by having these people these strong to begin with.
By the way, actually, I agree with the Eric. I agree with you and Christian because I saw some of your stream. I agree with you guys that
yeah.
from a writing standpoint, it would have been better if it was Luffy to first injure Kaido rather than the Red Scabbard.
Well, yeah, we were just like, it doesn't affect us because we don't care about the Scabbards. It would have been way hyper if like Luffy, Zoro, Jinbei did the same thing, you know. But it's just like we don't care about.
But the question
so
is,
it kind
like-
of reduces the first
Right.
impact.
I guess.
Not good.
I guess.
Like, because I imagine in Oda's mind, he thinks the audience
Well,
loves
I mean,
the Scabbards.
for me, it's a bit different because like everything that was built up for Kaido was that like you needed X, Y, and Z to touch him, and then you have like the two protagonists of the arc, Luffy and Zoro, getting these special abilities in these swords, and like the first thing that happens is that
Yeah.
something completely unrelated to that injures Kaido. So like it's a bit of a letdown.
Okay,
from
but
that
to be
perspective.
fair, like listen, like to be fair, Enma was like that was already scuffed. Like the moment we saw the flashback, like it was already done.
I
Like,
agree.
whatever.
Scuff.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
But with Luke and the Rio, there's still a possibility there.
Yeah, but it's
and so like,
probably,
we know
it's
that it
probably
works
still
now.
gonna come back, and they're gonna pretend like it's the big deal still. But like for us, it's
Oh,
not gonna matter as much.
I'm unsure why Oda chose to not hype up Enma when Odin fought Kaido. It was really strange. There was no build-up panels. The impact of like Oda hitting
No.
Kaido was kind of like
it was
weak. It's
awkward
not
at
really
best.
Oda's style. It was. I don't understand why he didn't choose to like go all out because like
Nah.
right.
when you can see his skill when he draws Roger and Whitebeard, you feel that
Right.
impact and that
Right.
massive hit. But with Odin and Kaido, it was kind of like nothing. I don't know
Right.
It
why
was
he did
almost
that.
it was almost like the usual like okay, it sounds disrespectful, but it kind of was the case where it's like the same way Oda treated like Zoro and Hyuzo is what we got with Odin and fucking Kaido. It was
Yeah, it
like
was-
the same like cut ding and then oh my god, whoa, and then that was it.
Even look at the Onigiri against
Right.
Killer this arc. Like that was still like way more impactful than
Oh, yeah, wait.
the Odin attack. So it's like it's a
was just
strange
awkward.
artistic choice as well. It was weird.
It was.
I don't know what's going on.
And even though like that entire flashback, there's no like thing of like, hey Emma, calm down. You're like nothing
There's
of the
no
story
sword
like,
in anything.
right, exactly. Like there's no indication of Emma's like losing control. Like, oh Emma, easy, Tiger. Like none of that shit. It was fucking, like I'm a Chad and then cut. That's it. And then here you have Zoro like, oh shit, Emma, my hockey. It's like, dude, what?
And apparently he had Enma and the other one when he was like a child as well.
From the
because there's, like a
beginning.
panel. Yeah.
Yes, I figure right. It's just some bullshit.
I don't know what Oda was thinking with that, but he chose to do it that way. I don't know why.
Maybe it'll be he didn't want to like sully the moment of Zoro using it later on, but like it's
I mean, he
it's
kind
a
of
strange
already
choice.
did by not doing it.
Yeah. He wants to make it special in Zoro's hands, which is maybe
You know
why
what's
he's
funnier?
doing it.
Is that, like, this is like a meme now, but like with the whole like Emma stuff, even though the flashback didn't focus on it, the fact that he used both swords is like hilarious.
Yeah,
dude.
like I don't know what the point of that was.
Emma was the one that destroyed. I've been on Hibikiri too. Like, me too, bitch. Like, what the fuck? Wait, what? Why is the sword special then? Oh, the
Maybe
The
he
flashback
back-
made it seem like the swords didn't matter at all. Like if he had like anything else, it would have worked too.
Right.
I highly doubt that scar from Kaido was
Bro,
always
in this in this chapter, it's even reinforced where the swords were fucking really pointless. It was just the
Kaido
Rio.
wasn't even talking about the swords. Like, oh, is he?
Yeah, it was just the Rio.
Yeah.
It's the Rio.
Why does Enma matter?
Well, is it?
That's nuts.
Well, it just comes down to like
you know
a
what?
mechanism to make.
You know what, Drizzt? You know what, Drizzt?
Look,
Thank
look,
you.
look.
Video incoming.
No,
Video incoming,
don't, no, stop. Don't watch this video. No, don't make this video. Look,
Why does Enma matter?
because Enma has special properties, bro. Like fucking Zoro grabbed Enma and his arm
why
turned
does it
into a
actually
goddamn
matter, though?
skeleton, dude.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Because it has Odin's will inside of it. Let's remember the
Has
themes
Odin's
in
will
One Piece.
inside
No, hold on. Let me go. Let me do this. Let me do my thing. Right? Not only theme, the
I
theme.
don't know about
No. All right. Look.
He heard Zoro's
Look.
slander and he's about to fucking.
I gotta go in, okay? Look, there's a constant theme in Wano that's always being just kind of thrown out here and there and there. That's like putting your will into your sword, right? And I guarantee you, with Enma there, with Odin's will still residing within the sword in some way, that it's gonna affect how the sword operates, how it is, right? Certain swordsmen.
So it's not that easy. You need to explain that comment about the will being in swords. I don't know if I've seen that.
It was a couple times throughout the arc. It is.
Where?
All right, and it's not just hockey.
Look. Maybe, look, it's probably the case where like, Zoro's going to achieve some new shit with Enma that Odin couldn't achieve. All right, fine, whatever. I don't care. But that's not gonna be now. That's not gonna be now, dog. Like right now, what matters is Ryou, obviously, clearly.
And Zoro has
like, he doesn't have the Ryou as far as you know.
Well, does he have the Ryou? Does he have the Ryou? Hold on, Cole. Does he have the Ryou that Kinemon used? Allegedly. We don't know if it's 100%.
Maybe not.
Do you really don't think so?
Maybe not.
You're crazy.
My tweet just keeps on getting more and more credible.
You're crazy.
All right?
You're crazy. You think that
all
the scabbards, even
bro,
Kiku,
listen,
Kawamatsu, all of them have a hockey that Zoro just doesn't know. Arm and hockey when that's his specialty.
No, I'm not saying that. This is a technique
and trained by the master from Wano.
Right.
That he's master.
And so it's like I think that maybe like like if Zoro were to train in that, fine,
Zoro was trained from someone who came from Wano. What is he gonna ignore that?
Wait, who?
You gotta ignore when
Koshiro.
Hyogoro says basically the whole thing.
Koshiro, what do you mean who?
No.
How did he learn about Snatch? How did he learn about Snatch? He learned it from Zoro.
Wait. Koshiro was born in East Blue. I think that his ancestors were.
Well, no.
Right?
No, he
came to East Blue.
Yeah, he came to East Blue.
Well, it's not confirmed exactly what happened. I don't think, but it's like the ship came from Wano.
It was like
It's heavily,
like over 20 years ago.
I remember like that town. Or like
like it was founded like there, just recently.
But like people from like the past, like I think it was 50 years ago.
That's 50 years ago.
I'm not sure what time it was like some.
Hang on,
I'm sure the chat knows.
There's a couple of ships. There's a couple of ships here and there, but it's not really stated. But the same blacksmith that made Enma made your weapon, Zoro. The whole thing about the whole clan being the same. They're from Wano. There's like it's not like a debate.
Exactly.
Like,
you're trying to find little things.
So the timeline doesn't really matter.
So
because like.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Fair enough.
Eric's right.
And like Kirish, Zoro's master saying like basically the same story Hyogoro tells Luffy.
Right.
Basically saying that that's what it is, and Zoro unlocked it in Alabasta because he heard the stories from his master. That's like
there we go.
I don't know, like you can say it's not confirmed, he hasn't done it, but like it's heavily implied and just comprehension implies that Zoro. That's what Zoro used in Alabasta.
The thing I was saying about King here is that what Zoro did and what Luffy did is not the same thing.
The application of Ryou is kind of known to be the same, but one appears to have a medium where the other one just air.
But so Zoro does flying hockey slash all the like he did it against Monet. How is that different? How is that different?
No.
How is being able to have your slash come off your weapon?
All he does is apply hockey to the air cut. That's it. That's it.
But
listen, the whole thing about Ryou is like internal damage from the
like the last level. Right. Yeah, but not the secondary level. The first level, according to Hyogoro. Well, no, I'm saying like I'm just saying that Hyogoro said that initially it's the barrier. Like with Sentomaru and Ryou the first time, you just make a barrier in open air, and then you can deflect shit. but it doesn't go inside of things. He even literally said Luffy went a stage beyond him, instinctively.
Hyogoro does the internal damage to the Llama Man. What are you talking about?
No,
And
no,
Luffy's
no.
like, yeah, that's what I want to learn.
But Luffy says he pushed him back.
Because his Haki is particularly
He is
strong.
trying to learn internal damage, and Hyogoro's like, I think I can
Exactly.
help you out.
It's the same thing.
Hyogoro literally, no. Hyogoro literally says that what Luffy did was different than what he could do.
Because he's stronger. Luffy's just a stronger person than Hyogoro is. Just because his Haki's better and more trained.
It might not.
No, okay, no, but understand.
The technique wasn't better.
No,
The technique wasn't greater.
Understand? No. Like, Hyogoro literally says that, hey, listen, man, what you did is on a higher level than what I could do, because what I did was mainly deflect and push back. According to what Luffy said
That's
too.
not a. You're adding stuff.
I'm not adding stuff. Luffy said he pushed him back. He said I pushed him back. He literally said I pushed him back.
Let's just read the chapter. We can find the chapter. It's not a problem.
Where was the chapter?
Because the only thing I was trying to say between you guys are arguing about fucking air slashes
You know that, Doug.
is that what Zoro did with the Breath of All Things is fundamentally the opposite of what Luffy's doing. Because Zoro has to attune his breath to the object that he's working on so he can do it. Luffy doesn't have to do anything similar to this at all.
Oh yeah,
It's him. It's him projecting and like using his Haki in a different way. It's yeah. It does look. It doesn't. The whole thing about like the rhythm of all things and like, cutting paper and steel. It's clearly like halfway put into the situation because that's what Oda kind of made it fit.
Like
it's kind of like putting a square peg.
But we're looking at it from the wrong perspective.
When he's
like Zoro does not need to know the particular palm wave that Luffy or Rayleigh or Sentomaru knows because he uses a sword. He has to know. Yeah. If the question is, does he know the one that Kinemon and the rest of the scabbards used? And he's capable of cutting people.
Yes, he does.
Yes, and that's where the argument should end because he does. Zoro doesn't have to know the wave because he's using a sharp instrument. He's not trying to push a freaking air blast of Haki out.
And ironically, that's like the true form of Ryou from the samurai.
Right.
Like that. Yeah. The
he's
sword
not fighting
Ryou
unarmed.
that what Zoro is using is like the true form.
So I don't understand.
Yeah, no, I understand. Yeah. No. The argument that folks have been making time and time again is that Zoro is doing the same shit that Luffy and Rayleigh is doing.
I mean, he kind of is just on a weapon, though. Like,
it's different. It's different.
There is a medium for this to apply. Listen, that's why it gets confusing. But when Hyogoro says the same thing about attuning your Haki to the object, there's always a medium involved when it comes to the sword. But when Hyogoro does in open air, there's no medium to apply it to. So it's just there. So I guess you can say he's actually. So in Drizzt's case, I guess you can say. In Luffy and in Hyogoro's case, they're attuning it to the air, I guess.
But the
point is, Zoro can hurt Kaido. Zoro can hurt Kaido. Luffy can hurt Kaido. They both have methods to do it. It's just different methods. I think we all agree on that. Is that fair? Is that something we all agree on? They have different methods, possibly, but they all have the same effect.
After this chapter, unless Kinemon and company are actually stronger than Zoro, then Zoro should be hit to hurt Kaido too.
There you go.
Zoro, I'd say that like it's the same method, different
application.
Weaponry.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah,
I agree.
Yeah,
it's not like a super different technique. I don't think there's no point in branching it off.
Do you want to bring up Future Side again? We're gonna leave that alone.
No, I actually have to end the stream, so. I want to keep going. Okay. I want to keep going, but I haven't eaten today, so I'm gonna. It's 10 o'clock. I'm hungry, so I'm gonna wrap up the stream, bro. But I appreciate all you guys pulling up, hanging out for tonight. Of course, Drizzt. Check out Drizzt. Great content creator. Whenever he decides to create that content, we have Eric from the Red Force podcast. Those guys are great. Check out their podcast, of course. JD Legend, who's still on the call, but is probably sleeping. And then of course King of Lightning. You know the deal, bro. You know the deal. It's King of fucking Lightning, so there it is. But yeah, man, I appreciate everyone stopping by the chat. Thank you to all the new super chatters, to the new members, of course. That I have the join button, so that's dope. Thank you to the new followers on Twitch and the new subbers, man. You guys are dope. Really appreciate that. So that's gonna be it from me. Zoro fanboy reactions, guys. Definitely check out the VOD once the video uploads. Like all that bullshit. You know how to do it. Anyway, I'm out.
Hey,
Oh.
hold on. Should I read this thing on the chapter? Because I have the chapter about the Rio.
Bro,
Yeah,
just read it real quick. I really gotta go. We'll go ahead.
just Zoro is up.
I just did my whole thing.
Okay, all
I just did my whole thing, but go. No. Go ahead.
Okay. So all I'm just gonna say is that he says this Haki must be a foreign concept. Straw Hat Fellow, in Wano 2, there is an invisible power that stems from the body that can be infused with a blade. Good katana will cut through steel when you want it to, and it will not break a sheet of paper if you do not wish it so. It is according to the desire of the swordsman. I was known as the mighty blade in the past, and I do not know if I can probably teach it. But take a look for yourself. And then, hey, Gramps, he jumps in, give me directions, and then he attacks Alpaca Man. And then Luffy at the attack says, you knocked him back. And then, wahahaha, still have some youth in you, says Queen. And beforehand, he says, the strike invisible aura when he remembers Rayleigh and Sentomaru. So that's what he says.
So basically, Hyogoro knows the same ability that Sentomaru and Rayleigh does, so that means Zoro does too. It's the same technique. There we go. We're done. Have a good night, guys. Peace out. Thank you for pointing my point, Cole. I'm out. Peace.